Woburn High School Sports, brought to you by Batteries Plus, Martini Insurance, Tanner Tavern,
Hello, Woburn Tanner football fans, and welcome to the 106th annual Turkey Bowl Thanksgiving Day rivalry between the Woburn Tanners and Winchester Sachems. I'm Brandon Malone, joined today by Josh Smith and Paul Haley. And Josh, we sure have one interesting matchup here between the Sachems and Tanners today at Connolly Stadium.
You do have a hot Sachems team coming in here. Struggled in the early part of the year, much better lately. But when it comes to this game, you can throw out the record books. Last year you had a 9-2 Winchester team that dominated all year long against the 2-8 Woburn team, and ends up being a 7-point ball game. There's a lot of kids playing their last football game ever here. There's going to be a lot of emotion, and you can pretty much bank on a close game. Happens way more often than not.
Paul, it seems like every year in this game there's a lot of trick plays, a lot of different things up the sleeves that the coaches like to break out, being the last game of the season. What type of surprises do you think we can look for today here during this big matchup at Connolly Stadium?
Well, as far as the Woburn Tanners go, we know that they've trick plays is nothing new for them. They've run some very interesting plays all year, especially on faking the punt. But what I'm more interested in is how the players are going to respond. We know that for a lot of these guys, this is the last hurrah. A lot of these guys are seniors. Some will be going to college, but for a lot of guys, this is it. They want to go out in style. So I really expect a good, hard-fought game on both sides, which is really why, like you talked about earlier, Josh, record really doesn't mean a lot. Yes, Woburn is maybe the better team on paper, but I think both Winchester and Woburn are going to come here to play today, and that's why I think we're going to get a great game.
Winchester has the third-ranked defense in the Middlesex League in terms of points given up this season. Josh, what do you expect the Tanners to do on offense to counter that Sachems defense today?
Well, it's going to be pretty obvious. A steady dose of what they've been doing all year in Chucky Ortiz. They're going to find ways to get Chucky Ortiz the ball, and he is a threat to take it to the house every time he gets his hands on it. They'll definitely run it with him. You'll see some change of pace guys with Nico Cornelio, but I don't think they're going to change a whole lot. I think it's going to be up to Ortiz. He's their biggest playmaker. He's going to be the guy that has to get him on the scoreboard.
We've had the pleasure here of watching the Winchester Sachems football team during warm-ups. Got to scout them out a little bit. Paul, we were very impressed by their quarterback, Greg Thompson. Give us a little bit of insight on his season so far this year for Winchester.
He's had a solid season, no doubt about it. He's got, if I remember correctly, about seven passing touchdowns this year, and he can also run the ball. He's one of their leading rushers on top of all that. He's got multiple rushing touchdowns. He's got more yards than most of the running backs on the team. So I think he is a threat on to both take off and through the air. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how Woburn responds defensively, knowing that this guy is a threat to both on the ground and through the air.
And guys, we talked a little bit earlier here today off camera. Woburn went through winning 10 years in a row of this rivalry from 1998 through 2007. Haven't won since 2007. What can we expect here today? Do you think there's a little extra motivation here for the Tanners, seeing as how this class has not really won a game while they've been at the varsity level?
Yeah, that's true. Winchester has not won 3 of these games in a row since 1986. We were barely young pups back then.
That we were.
So I'm sure there is a lot of motivation. They dominated for nearly a decade, and now they've been getting it handed back to them a little bit. I'm sure that's got a sour taste in their mouth, especially if you're a senior having not beaten Winchester. And I do expect them to respond emotionally.
I think it should be very interesting, too, Paul. We had the pleasure of having Coach Rocky Nelson and his staff on our weekly show, The Sports Pit, on Monday. And Rocky was pretty confident coming into this game. He just had a little bit of an air to him that
yes, he did.
He's feeling really good. What do you think he's feeling good for? Why do you think the Tanners feel like they have the edge here at home?
Well, he should be feeling good. One, they are at home. Secondly, Woburn's had a very good season. If they win today, they will finish second in the Middlesex League Conference, one of the best finishes since they went to the playoffs a couple of years ago. Rocky has done, and the coaching staff have done a great job of restoring this team to where they want it to be. And on top of all that, we have some coaches here who went to Woburn High School, played for the Tanners, And they didn't lose to Winchester when they played. They were actually quite clear about that.
Offensive line coach Mike Steinman made that very clear.
And now they've coached some teams that have lost to Winchester, and I think they've had their fill of it. So I think they're looking to get that monkey off their back and prevent this Winchester from going 3 in a row.
You're getting to see Winchester a couple of different times this season, Josh. You talked about how they run a spread offense.
They do.
What do you think the Tanners are going to do here on defense here today to counter that spread?
Well, it's tough. You might see them blitz a little more than they do. Try and have Thompson get rid of the ball a little quicker than he's used to. But he is tricky because he does run with it too. So you are going to have to spread out the defense, and a lot of it is going to be on that Tanner defensive line. If the defensive line can hold up and win the battle of the line of scrimmage, then they'll be okay. If they don't, well, then it's a little bit tricky because you don't have as many people in the box. It really opens things up. So it's going to be quite a challenge for the Tanners today.
That it will. It sure should be one interesting game here as the Winchester Sachems come in today. 4-6 come into Connolly Stadium. Woburn is 5-4 overall, 5-2 in the Middlesex League. We'll be right back after this break with the kickoff. November 25th, 2010, Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, and we wish a happy holiday season to all you fans at home. Woburn Tanners, Winchester Sachems, right after the break. All right, Tanner fans, here comes the Woburn Tanner football team, ready to go here on Thanksgiving Day at Connolly Stadium. And we are set for what should be a great matchup here today, boys.
Oh, you can't wait. This is what high school football is all about. Thanksgiving, you got a rival you've been playing since 1891 at this point. This is going to be a fun day.
It certainly will be, and we wish everyone at home a safe and happy holiday season here as we kick off the holiday season with Turkey Day. And this is a big one for the Tanners. As we talked about in the pregame, Paul, they have not won here since 2007. This is important to these guys. This is their the senior class, their last game. They want to go out here winners today.
Well, it's like we had talked about earlier, Brandon. We had the pleasure of being at Woburn High when the Tanners were really dominating this rivalry. 10 victories in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And as we discussed earlier, Winchester has not won 3 of these Thanksgiving games in a row since the 1980s, and I don't think that Woburn's looking to start that tradition again anytime soon. So I think I'm just really looking forward to seeing how Woburn comes out and responds in the first quarter.
Getting to the nuts and bolts of this game, Josh, what do you think we can expect here on offense from Greg Campbell and this Winchester high-powered attack?
Oh, they're going to spread them out. They'll run out of that, settle up, but you'll see multiple wide receivers, a lot of quick passing, a lot of running out of that thing. It's very atypical of high school football. It's not going to be the 3 yards and a cloud of dust that we see a lot of, but they will go to the air, and they're not shy about it. They'll go to the air a lot.
Paul, what do you think the Tanners are going to do on offense here today against this Winchester Sachems D, as we talked about in the pregame? Third-ranked defense as far as points given up in the Middlesex League. What can they do differently that other teams may have not had as much success with, specifically Burlington?
Well, we know that a lot of other teams in the Middlesex League conferences do not have a weapon like Chucky Ortiz. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Winchester handles him. My personal opinion, if I was the coach, which I'm not, I would be looking to run a few screen plays like we discussed earlier. I think if they can get a few blockers in front of Ortiz, there's no telling what he could do, even against a very solid Winchester defense.
Well, as we get set here for the national anthem, we will take a short pause, and we'll be back with the kickoff. Again, here from Connolly Stadium, Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November 25th, 2010, Woburn Tanners, Winchester Sachems. Okay, Middlesex League sports fans, we are back and set to kick things off here. Winchester has won the toss and elected to receive, and the Tanners will kick off as we get set to kick off the 106th annual Woburn-Winchester Thanksgiving Day game rivalry. Up here in the booth, I'm Brandon Malone, joined today by Josh Smith and Paul Haley, and this one should be a dandy.
Always seems to be.
As Ryan McCarthy gets set to set it up, Burnham's going to hold for him here on this chilly Thanksgiving morning here at Connolly Stadium.
A little windy here today. We wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of holding on the kicks.
Winchester set to receive with number 5, Joe Hatig, and number 11, Will Herbert Sr. The kick is up, and we are underway. And it's picked up at the 17-yard line. Oh, fumble by Winchester. And they're going to recover it down at the 16. A little early game jitters there,
yeah,
Josh.
Yeah, a little Turkey Day nerves there. Looks like they were of two minds. They didn't really know if they were trying to run a trick play. It looks like they were trying to run it. Kind of broke down. Then they were caught in between whether or not they still wanted to do it, and it was almost disastrous for the Sachems.
It looked like they were trying to get to their primary return man, Natish. He's been by far their best kickoff return this year. It looks like they were trying to get into the best runner, but it really ended up costing them. They should have just taken it and probably got 10, 15 yards out of it.
Well, quarterback Greg Thompson here in the Winchester offense will go to work. First down from the 15-yard line. Thompson comes out in the shotgun, no surprise. Nice snap. It's a handoff, number 31, who's taken down. Short gain down at the 19-yard line. That was number 31, Brandon Noel Sr., one of the captains here for the Winchester Sachems football team.
And they will do that a lot. They'll have a couple backs in the backfield. They'll either fake a handoff and throw, maybe fake a handoff and have the QB run. There's multiple different things you have to be accountable for if you're a Tanner defender today.
Again, Thompson from the shotgun. This time it's handed off to number 13. Up the middle to the left side. He's got room to run. Cross the 35-40, 45-50, 40, 35. Woburn in pursuit. But it's going to be a touchdown for the Winchester Sachems early. Number 13, Josh Rodriguez, takes it around the left side. An 81-yard touchdown. And Winchester has drawn first blood in this rivalry.
Oh, not the start you wanted if you were the Tanners. We just talked about them handing out of that set. And that's what the 4 wide receivers will do for you. If you get past that first line of attack, it really does open up. And not exactly what you had in mind if you were a Tanner.
Number 15, Billy Quazzo, in pursuit for the Tanners. Unfortunately, he was not able to catch Rodriguez, and Winchester is on the board early. 51 seconds into the game, and they'll go for 2 here. Boy, very aggressive early on.
That's extremely aggressive. They have a very good kicker.
And they're lined up in a trick formation here. Thompson from the shotgun. We've seen Woburn with the same formation on punt fakes. Thompson takes a snap, and it looks like it's going to be offsides on the defense.
Oh, they call a false start, looks like.
False
so they catch a
start.
break.
Tanners catch a break there.
I don't like going for 2 this early. I don't see what you stand to gain a whole heck of a lot.
One has to wonder what Winchester head coach Paul Sobolewski is thinking. Just got the touchdown. Why not keep the momentum going with just that extra point? Be happy with a 7-0 lead.
You turn the momentum right back if you hold them at this point to 1. Although it looks like they're going to line up and kick it now.
Now they'll go for the extra point. It'll be attempted by number 9 for Winchester, and that is Chris White Jr. Chris White, who's a junior, and we had the pleasure of watching him in the pregame. This kid's got a big leg.
He sure does. He's good from a lot of distances. This should be no problem for him.
Kick is up, and it is through, and the Winchester Sachems take a 7-0 lead here with 10:09 remaining in the first quarter, just 51 seconds into the action here on Thanksgiving Day game at Connolly Stadium. And the Woburn Special Teams unit will look to regroup and try and get good field position here for Joe Burnham and that Tanner offense.
And they have excelled in special teams. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they try to kick to Ortiz. A lot of people have been avoiding it with good reason of late. But he is a guy that can turn their momentum with 1 kick return.
One has to think it could be to the Tanners' advantage here, Paul, that White has such a big leg, because if they do put it in Ortiz's hands, he's going to have a lot of space. And we know Chucky Ortiz and space do not mix well if you're an opposing defense.
I know, so we'll have to see if they want to maybe squib it or just kick as far away from him as humanly possible. But right now, if you're the Tanners and you're Coach Nelson, I think right now is what you're saying. It's like, all right, we still got 43 minutes of football remaining. We got a lot of time to make up 7 points. Let's not let it ruin the game. Let's just, start fresh, get some first downs, get the offense moving, and we'll just start anew.
A little bit of shell shock early here for the Tanners. Let's see if they can recuperate. Ortiz set to receive the kick. Chris White set to kick it off from the 40. And White elects to squib it. Picked up at the 27-yard line by David Pratt. He takes it out to the 36-yard line. A very smart move here for the Winchester Sachems football team.
Pretty clear they did not want Ortiz to beat him. I don't blame them. I would expect them to be doing that all day. A little tougher with punts, but any kickoffs that they have, I agree. They are not going to let Ortiz take one to the house on them.
As Joe Burnham and the Tanner offense go to work here with 10:03 remaining in the first quarter here from Connolly Stadium.
The one downside of that is that if that is going to be your kickoff strategy throughout the day, you are going to be giving Woburn some decent position. The 35-yard line is not bad. I think Coach Nelson will take that every time.
Spector in motion. Oh, bumps into him. Ortiz gets the ball around the left side. He's got room to go. Out to the 45, 50-yard line, crosses midfield, taken down at the Winchester Sachems 47-yard line, and it looked like he might spring that one all the way, Josh.
Can't hide from Ortiz forever. He is going to be a factor in this game, even if you try and play away from him. And he is that fast. He gets the corner, and he is good to go.
First down for the Tanners here at the Winchester 47-yard line. This time it's handed off to number 13, Anthony Mendonca up the middle, who goes over to the 44-yard line, a pickup of 3 on the play.
About what we expected so far out of this Tanner offense. They are a run-first offense. They're going to run it a lot today. They will not put it in the air all that much, but simple yet effective.
This time the Tanners come out with a wishbone formation, and Ortiz gets the ball up the middle, and he is stopped. No gain on the play, as the Winchester defense was not fooled on that one.
Tricky call here for Coach Nelson. You got third in a distance you don't technically run for, but it'd be interesting. I don't think they're quite in 4-down territory. You could still punt and try and pin them deep. So it'll be interesting to see what he dials up here.
Tanner's looking at 3rd and 6 here with 8:50 remaining in the first quarter. Barnum's going to line up under center, wishbone formation. Ortiz and Mendonca in the backfield for the Tanners. Ortiz fakes the handoff. Burnham throws, it's complete to Mendonca along the right side. First down and more. Crosses the 30, 25-yard line. Crosses the 20, 15. Taken down at the 6. There's a flag on the field.
Unfortunately, it is a clear block in the back. A very stupid penalty at that point. He had already picked up the first down. He was well over the first down marker, and they're going to end up backing this one way up for the Tanners.
Ouch. These are the things you cannot afford here in such a big game of this magnitude.
Yeah, that is unfortunate because they had a play. He was wide open. It's a very nice play call by Coach Nelson and the Tanner staff there. They had easily picked up the first down, and he's just trying to help spring it. I didn't see who did it, but it was definitely Tanner. Just trying to help spring him for a big gain. You understand that, but you have to be smart about these things. And I still think they get the first down, but it ends up costing you, 20, 25 yards there.
And they do get the first, Josh. You are correct. They'll go to work here from the 36-yard line, 1st and 10. So the Tanners do move the chains, albeit they lose about 30 yards on the play.
It's one of the simplest rules in football, guys. If you can see the back of the jersey, you don't put your hands on them.
And Donk in the backfield. Ortiz split out to the left. He's in motion. This time it's handed off to Ortiz. Goes up the middle. He's got room to run. Taken down at the 20-yard line. A big run for Chucky Ortiz. And the Tanners' offense is in high gear early on.
He sure is fun to watch because there was not a lot of room there. He went right up the middle, and if you just give him a little space, he slips through every little crack.
A 16-yard pickup there for Ortiz. And once again, the Tanners move the chains. Barnum takes the snap, hands it off to Mendonca up the middle. And no gain on the play as the Winchester defense forms a brick wall there on that defensive line.
Nice response drive at this point by the Tanners, though. If they get the little emotionally draining touchdown right off the bat, they've moved the ball pretty effectively so far.
It's good to see it didn't dampen their spirits at all. Burnham takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Ortiz. He's going to throw. It's complete to Anthony Mendonca along the left side. And he's taken down at the 12-yard line. Looks like they're going to be just short of the first down.
And it puts him in 4-down territory, and that's a nice decision by Burnham. Had a couple guys further down the field, took a nice little safe check down, puts them in 3rd and manageable rather than if you take a chance maybe at this touchdown you miss, you have 3rd and long. They're in pretty good shape. No reason to push the issue if you're him yet. They're moving the ball at will.
2 catches on this drive for Mendonca here, as him and Burnham have been very impressive early on.
And Mendonca has really come along this season. He was a name we were not calling out a lot early in the season. He has really come into his own as the season's progressed.
This time it's Ortiz up the middle on 3rd and 2, and he is stopped. Taken for a loss. Down at the 15-yard line. And Tanners will be looking at 4th and 3. And it's decision time for Coach Nelson.
I think he's going to go for it. At this point, they'll be on the 15 if you fail. The question is, too, what do they end up doing? Do they go to the air here? This is a tricky down and distance, but looks like they're going to go out there and try and pick up the first down.
Correction, it'll actually be 4th and 5 here, and they are going to go for it. Burnham lines up under center. And looks like Winchester calls a timeout to talk this thing over.
Yeah, took a look at the formation that they came out in. Now they're going to talk about it defensively. I think they're going to go to the air. They've had a little bit of success, obviously, and correctly. Winchester's biggest issue so far has been attempting to stop the run, bottle up Ortiz. I think it is going to open some things up in the passing game if they do choose to go that route. Have had a couple guys wide open so far, and I do expect them to put it in Burnham's hands and see if he can throw for it, and if not, run for it.
Paul, watch out for number 19, Nico Cornelio, who just checked into the game here for the Tanners. He's been a big offensive threat for them all season long.
He's been a very nice complementary player to Ortiz in the running game. A little bit more power than Ortiz, more up the middle, but still a very effective player. And this is the first time we've called out his number today, so I'm interested to see what he does.
Well, here we are, 4th and 5 with 5:57 remaining in the first quarter. Score Winchester 7, Woburn 0. Burnham lines up under center. And this one's big. He takes a snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out, and Burnham is sacked, taken down at the 25-yard line. Number 11, Will Herbert, and number 17, Ryan McGough, combined for the sack, and the Winchester Sachems will take over on downs.
That's big for field position, too. They were trying to set up a reverse to Ortiz there, but there was just too much penetration. You want a little penetration for them to over-pursue, but they got there before the reverse could develop. Had they gotten it off, it looked like you had a lot of room to run, but you got to credit the Sachem defensive line there because they blew it up right from the start.
And Winchester takes over with 5:52 remaining here in the first quarter. Thompson in the shotgun. Rodriguez in the backfield. Watch out for him. High snap. Thompson's going to run around the left side. And he's taken out of bounds at the 27-yard line. We've seen what Rodriguez can do early, Paul. The Tanners certainly going to want to keep an eye on him here going forward today.
The one issue you run into with the Winchester running game is that they don't just focus with one player. They have mixed it up very effectively over the course of the season in terms of who they hand off the ball to. They don't really have one primary running back. Not just Rodriguez, but Noel, and I apologize for butchering this, Mampanga. And on top of that, you have Greg Thompson, too, who can run very effectively as well.
This time Rodriguez gets the ball around the left side. And Tanner's D there for the stop. Nice play made there by number 79, A.J. Santiago with the tackle.
A lot of it is going to be on the defensive line. If you watch this offense, it kind of looks a lot like what Florida used to run with Tebow, where there's a lot of fake handoffs or handoffs, quarterback options, and then when they got you kind of sucked in, then that's when they hit you with a big pass.
Big third down here for this Tanner's defense as Winchester's looking at 3rd and 4 from the 28-yard line. As the clock winds down here in first quarter play. Thompson from the shotgun. He takes a snap. He fades back. He's going to throw. Looks to the left side. Incomplete. Intended for number 11, Will Herbert Sr. And it looks like the Winchester special teams come onto the field.
Herbert's a big target, but they're throwing on Ortiz there, which is dangerous because he is a threat. He's a ball hawk. We've seen him take an interception to the house this year. Would not be surprised if he's looking to do that today.
Will Herbert, the senior captain here, one of the senior captains for this Winchester Sachems football team. Number 19, back to punt for Winchester. 18, excuse me. And it crosses the 50-yard line down to the 40. Ortiz is going to let it go, and it's down at about the 37-yard line. So the Woburn Tanner offense will have good field position here once again. Punt by number 18, Alex Davis for the Winchester Sachems.
And you know what, guys? Even though the Sachems are still up 7-0, you got to be feeling pretty good if you're Woburn at this point. Two things. One, they've shown that they can move the ball effectively against Winchester, even though they did not get the first down when they were on the 15. And they forced Winchester to go 3 and out. So you got to be feeling a little bit more confident, even though you're still down 7-0.
Burnham takes a snap. It's a pitch to Ortiz, left side. He's got room to go. Crosses the 45, crosses midfield, 50. Taken out of bounds at the Winchester 44-yard line. A nice pickup for the Tanners here, and first down, move the chains right away.
Right back at it, takes one play and then right into Sachem territory once again. And Ortiz, he has run the ball very, very well this year. But he's off to a big start at this point, probably around 30, 40 yards right now.
I got him about 50.
Yeah, see, this is a big, very, very big start for Ortiz.
With the exception of the score, Woburn really has controlled play here throughout the first quarter.
Yes, they have. Now we got to see if they can get it on the scoreboard where it matters.
Burnham goes to work, lines up under center. And Donk in the backfield. Ortiz in motion. He fades back. He's going to throw this time. Looks deep downfield. Oh, incomplete. Pass intended for number 80, David Pratt. He just couldn't haul it in. And the Tanners just miss out on a big 30-yard gain there.
That's kind of a nice play. It was a good throw. The coverage really wasn't that bad, so you can't beat up Pratt. He got his hands on it. Would have been a very, very nice catch if he made it. But I'll give them a lot of credit. They have come out with a very diverse game plan. Usually they have been a run-first team, but they have been mixing it up pretty good so far.
I also like the runs of the outside with Ortiz, something we haven't seen a lot of this year. Mostly they've kept him up the middle. Once again, he's going to get the ball. This time he's going to go up the middle, and he's tripped up and taken down at the 36-yard line. It'll set up about 3rd and 4 here for the Tanners.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ran it here, because if you don't pick it up, you might going for it if it becomes 4th and 1. You throw it and you get an incomplete pass, well, then you might be in punt territory if it's still where they are. But I would not be surprised if they didn't put it in Ortiz's hands and let him try and pick it up on it with his feet.
Jesus split out to the left, man. Donk in the backfield. Ortiz in motion. Burnham takes a snap. It's an option, and Burnham fumbles, and it's picked up by Winchester. They recover at about the 39-yard line. Fumble caused there by number 15, Lars Zamberg, and the Winchester Sachem's offense takes over.
And we've seen this a few times from Woburn where they sort of shoot themselves in the foot early. They're doing a lot of good things, but at the end of the day, they're self-imposed destruction.
You cannot afford to make critical mistakes when you have two evenly matched teams, as we have here at Connolly Stadium this morning.
Yeah, it's a big time shooting themselves on the foot right now.
Thompson goes back to work. First down from the 40-yard line. From the shotgun. He takes a snap. Hands off to Rodriguez. And the Tanners defense there to greet him. Tackle made by number 55 on the Tanners, Ryan McCarthy, the captain. This will be his last game as a Woburn Tanner.
I'm surprised Winchester hasn't gone back to that 4 wide receiver set. That's where they got the touchdown out of. They spread the Tanner defense out and then hand it off. Right now they've been keeping a lot of guys in the backfield. And actually, it looks like we're going to see it right now.
No gain for the Sachems on the play, and sure enough, Josh, you called for it. Winchester spreads it out. Thompson, this time he hands off to Rodriguez, up the middle. The Tanners D there, once again with the stop. Tackle was made by number 32, Mike Spector, another captain, senior, admirable player here for the Tanners the last couple of seasons. It'll be his last game in the black and orange.
And that was all scouting because they showed no respect to the slot receiver. They brought Spector on the blitz. Basically, it was a run blitz, and you can tell that they have seen that run many times before, and they were prepared for it here.
3rd and 9 for Winchester. From the shotgun. Thompson takes a snap. He's going to throw. Looks to his right. Rolls out. He's getting pressure by David Pratt. He throws. It's complete for a first down to number 4. That's Nick Fucillo. And Winchester has the first down in Tanner territory.
Pretty good Tanner defense there, I thought, Paul, but Thompson just made a play.
Yeah, you got to give him a lot of credit. He is dangerous in and out of the pocket. We know he can put the ball through the air. But like we discussed, he's very dangerous even when he's mobile.
It'll be 1st and 10 here for Winchester from the Tanner 49-yard line. Thompson from the shotgun. It's a blitz. McCarthy goes up the middle. Misses Rodriguez. But nonetheless, the Tanners D is there. Big tackle made by number 78, Dan Walsh, the junior.
Flag down. Looks like it'll be
outside. There's a flag down on the play.
That blitz got there just a little too early.
And sure enough, it will be against the captain, Ryan McCarthy. in Winchester. We're looking at first down from the Tanner 44-yard line. 5-yard penalty on the play. Thompson fakes the handoff to Rodriguez. Going to run around the left side. Across to the 40-yard line. Pass to the 35-30. 25 out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. And it's another Winchester Sachem first down.
And again, this is coming off a Woburn turnover, so these are self-inflicted wounds they're suffering from right now.
We'll see if this Tanner's defense can respond and buckle down. Keep that Sachem's offense off the scoreboard here. 1:34 remaining in the first quarter as Thompson looks at 1st and 10 from the 26. Out of the shotgun. High snap. Fakes the handoff. This time he's going to run again. Looks to the left side. Goes up the middle. He ends up with a 4-yard pickup on the play.
Been a couple of high snaps so far.
Tackle made by number 55, Ryan McCarthy. Certainly has been an issue for this offense. It hasn't hurt them yet.
Not
hopefully
yet,
for the
but
Tanners, they're able to capitalize
playing with
on
a
one of
bit
these mistakes.
Playing with a bit of fire.
It's a little bit odd for a team that seems to go out of the shotgun so often, too.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit jitters.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Josh, we know what they like to do. They want to spread you 4 wide, and they want to hand off to Rodriguez up the middle. They made that very clear early on here today. Another high snap. Rodriguez takes the ball off the handoff. It's a gain of about a yard, and the Winchester center has the yips, gentlemen.
The yips is the perfect word for it. He's got the shanks a little bit here. And I think this becomes 2-down territory, too. So it'll be interesting to see what the Winchester sideline calls for a play here. They got 3rd and 7. And do they try and pick it up all right now? Or are they just going to try and get in a more manageable 4th down situation? I would be spreading them out 4 wide. They've had a lot of success running out of that formation, trying to make it 4th and 2, 4th and 3, and going from there.
Well, it's certainly a huge play in this football game as Winchester looks at 3rd and 6 with 46.2 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Ball down at the Woburn Tanner 22-yard line. The Tanners certainly want to avoid being down 2 touchdowns here in this contest.
Especially against this defense. I know they've moved the ball, but you don't want to spot these guys 14 points, Paul.
No, not at all. And we know that we know Woburn can put points on the board. There's no doubt about that. But 2 touchdowns is going to be very demoralizing for this team, especially in the first quarter.
Be interesting to see what Coach Paul Sobolewski has up his sleeves for this play. Thompson from the shotgun, Rodriguez in the backfield. And in motion for Winchester. Takes a snap, runs around the right side. And it's going to be close.
You're going to depend on the spot, but I think this is a slam dunk go-for-it territory here. Although if it's short, it'll be interesting because they'll be having to go for it in maybe a formation they're not as comfortable with.
And it looks like it's going to be 4th down here from the 16-yard line at this point. Winchester seems satisfied to let the clock run down in the first quarter so they can talk about this one a little bit more. And that is what they will do. As the clock winds down, the score here at the end of the first quarter from Connolly Stadium, November 25th, Thanksgiving Day. Winchester Sachem 7, Woburn Tanners 0. Been a interesting first quarter of action here today, Paul, so far. What are your thoughts?
I think the strangest part so far has been on the defensive side of the ball, even though right now what we have is the defense so far has given up 1 monster touchdown, a 3-and-out, and now Winchester is systematically moving the ball against them. So it's been a very erratic defense in the first quarter. As far as the offense goes, we know that the mistakes and the penalties have hurt this team. They should at least have 7 points on the board by now. But unfortunately, between the penalties and the turnover, it just isn't happening for them.
Well, that's why it's a big stop here. I think if you can get it, you've shown you can move the ball on them, but you just don't want to get down multiple scores.
We're certainly not going to ease into this quarter as this is a huge 4th down for Winchester. How do you expect the momentum to shift pending the result of this play?
Oh, this is big. This turns it all around. If you stop them here, you're feeling very comfortable if you're Woburn.
Well, here we are, back to the action here at the Connolly Stadium turf. Be 4th and 1 for Winchester. Thompson lines up. They're going to go shotgun. He's going to try and take up the middle. And he's taken down. A big tackle made by number 32, Mike Spector. And the Woburn Tanners defense comes up big.
Boy, just it's the curse of the shotgun there at that point. They did not look comfortable trying to pick up like a smash mouth yard there. They still went shotgun, and that is a big-time play by the Woburn defense.
It certainly is. And the Tanners offense will take over. And hopefully they can continue the momentum here from their own 14-yard line.
And Mike Spector, another guy that you can tell is playing like it's his last game. He's not at all demoralized by what's happened in the first quarter. He came out all fired up.
Burnham lines up under center. Wishbone formation. Spector in motion. Handoff goes to Ortiz. Left side. He's got a hole, and he's taken down at the 25-yard line. He almost sprung the big one there, Josh.
He was one guy away, it looked like. If that guy didn't take him down, he was going all the way to pay dirt.
Second and 4 here from the 26-yard line. Burnham takes the snap. Ortiz gets the handoff to the left side. Runs around still on his feet. Almost escapes everybody in the end. He does a lot of running for just about a yard pickup. But boy, once again, he was very close.
He was a shoestring
taking
away
it to pay
again.
dirt. This will be a big third down for this Tanners offense. 3rd and 3. $9:40 remaining in the second quarter here from Connolly Stadium. Burnham lines up under center. Wishbone formation. Ortiz and Mendonca in the backfield. Burnham's going to go up the middle this time with it. He goes right up the middle for a nice first down for the Tanners. He's taken down at the 35-yard line. A good pickup and one heck of a call there from this Tanners offense.
Well, that is a great call. They've done a lot of running on the edges, and they had sort of the defense spread out a little bit, trying to make sure Ortiz didn't get to the edge, and open the middle wide open for Burnham to take that right up for a nice first down.
Number 6, Danny Jean, checks into the game for the Tanners. Look for them to go to the air. He is certainly a big weapon for them down the sideline. Burnham takes a snap. Ortiz going to get the handoff to the right side. He's taken down at the 40-yard line. Pickup of 5 on the play.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Mendonca or Cornelio get a call here. Get him in a 3rd and short. Give Ortiz a little breather.
This time it's going to be Spector up the middle, and he powers his way through the line for a first down. A nice 6-7-yard pickup there by 32, Mike Spector, the captain.
Yeah, it's a good call there. Give Ortiz a little breather, and they pick up the whole first down rather than setting him up for 3rd and short. That was a real nice hard run by Spector.
Number 1, Mike Meany, checks into the game for the Tanners. Ortiz in motion. This time Mendonca gets the ball, and there's a flag on the play. And it's going to be false start against the Tanners offense, and they'll back them up 5 yards.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him go to the air soon. They've had a little bit of success with it of late. Now you'll force for the 1st and 15 here.
Burnham lines up under center. Mendonca in the backfield. Ortiz in motion. Burnham rolls out to his left. He throws it complete to Mendonca. Crosses into Winchester Sachem's territory and gets the first down. Taken down at the 42-yard line, and he has certainly been a big weapon here for Joe Burnham this morning.
Yeah, he certainly has. They are doing everything they can to try and stop this Tanner run game. But right now, they're really running the ball and throwing the ball. They have a pretty good mix going, and they are doing basically whatever they want offensively. Now we got to see if they can get it into points.
Yep. Early in the season, guys, we know this team was really run focused, but Burnham, Mendonca, Pratt, Marr, the rest of the Woburn passing game has really come along.
This time, Mike Spector gets the handoff, pickup of a yard. We'll see if this Tanner's offense can continue to keep things rolling in Winchester Sachem territory. Burnham rolls out to his right this time. He's going to throw. Once again, complete to Mendonca down the right side. He's got room to run. Taken down at the 16-yard line. Another big pickup for the Tanners, and Mendonca with his 4th catch this morning.
They have no answer for him coming out of the backfield. All these quicker linebackers are keying in on Ortiz, rightfully so, knowing how dangerous he is. But it's allowing Mendonca to slip out of the backfield basically uncovered, and they have really worked that matchup to their advantage so far today.
Now that they've passed twice in a row, do you think they're going to run that play again, or do you think they end up going to Ortiz?
This time it's going to be Ortiz along the left side, Paul. You get the answer to your question. Unfortunately, the Winchester defense is there to make the stop. Tackle made by number 52, Tom Cavaretta.
Got to give credit to Winchester on that one. I was actually expecting them that open up the entire field for Ortiz after what happened on the past 2 plays. But it's very obvious that he is still the focus of this Winchester defense.
It's true. Now he's coming out of the game, so I would not be surprised if you saw Burnham rolling out again. They have had so much success through the year. If it's not broke, why fix it?
2nd and 12 for the Tanners. Mendonca and Cornelio in the backfield. This time Cornelio's going to get it along the right side. A nice run as he's taken down at the 11-yard line. And that'll set the Tanners up for a critical 3rd and 4 situation.
I'm pounding this one right up the middle because I'm going for it 4 downs no matter what down here. I would not be surprised if you saw Mendonca or Spector or Cornelio get another carry right up the gut, and then if they don't pick it up, then you get 2 shots to do it. But it does look like they got Ortiz back in the game as well.
This one's big. Burnham takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. It's tipped, and then it's caught. Tipped at the line of scrimmage and caught by number 32, Mike Spector. A fortuitous break for the Tanners.
Yeah, don't even think it was intended for Spector. It looked like he had Mendonca in the end zone, but heads up play by Spector, and I think it's going to set up a 4th and short here.
Oh, 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
A long one, but one.
And the Tanners elect to go with the timeout. They want to talk this thing over. 4:58 remaining here in the 2nd quarter from Connolly Stadium. Again, Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November 25th, 2010. The score, Winchester Sachem 7, Woburn Tanners 0. And the Tanners, albeit the scoreboard doesn't show it, have really controlled the play here thus far in the first half.
Sure have, and they do have an interesting situation and an interesting call. They are very good at running the ball, and they can probably pick it up. But I do think if you decide to go play action here and throw a pass, you will have somebody alone in the end zone. So it is going to be interesting to see what they dial up here on 4th down.
It's a very tough call knowing that Winchester is probably expecting Ortiz.
Burnham takes the snap. They hand off to Ortiz left side, and he is stopped.
Do have a flag, could be offside. And it is.
They got him very quickly.
And the Tanners catch a big break there. Tackle was made by number 31 in Winchester. That's Brandon Noel, the captain, one of the seniors here for the Winchester Sachem's football team.
Cannot blame him being a little jumpy trying to get Ortiz. He is very shifty. And
he definitely strikes fear into a lot of hearts of defensive linemen and D-backs as well.
Winchester sideline doesn't agree, coming out to the 30-yard line.
Certainly not happy with the call, but nonetheless, the Tanners will be looking at 1st and goal here from the 5-yard line. Looking to even up the score here at Connolly Stadium. This time Ortiz gets the ball up the middle. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Tanners. The hard work pays off, Josh, and the Tanners are an extra point away from evening up the score here today.
We've been watching them drive down the field the whole first half, but now they're rewarded with a touchdown and badly needed. And this is good, too, because they are getting the ball to start the second half, so it'll be interesting to see now. They controlled most of that second quarter with that drive. Now it'll be interesting to see if they can get the defense off the field. And like you said, I know it's potentially going to be a tie game, but they've really dominated this football game.
Yep. For all the things that did not break Woburn's way in that first quarter, you got to feel good at the moment. The defense has come up with a big fourth down stop, and they are just really controlling the ball. They're passing well, they're running well, and Winchester does not have an answer for the offense at the moment.
Ryan McCarthy knocks the extra point through the uprights, and the score here with 4:43 remaining in the second quarter here from Connolly Stadium. Woburn Tanner 7, Winchester Sachem 7, and we got a football game in our hands, gentlemen.
We thought we might. These games, for whatever reason, regardless of everybody's record or the talent level, generally speaking, have been very close. There's not a lot of blowouts. They happen occasionally, but more often than not, we have had a lot of very competitive football games, and today looks to be no different.
We'll see if this Tanner special teams unit can pick up on all that momentum.
Just one quick note, guys. That is Chucky Ortiz's 20th touchdown of the season.
What a season. What a season for the junior running back. Boy, is his future bright.
11 on the ground, and the other 9 via interception returns, kick returns, punt returns, passing, and receiving.
And that is in 10 games, so he's averaging 2 touchdowns a game. Wow. And he's not done.
No, he's not. He's got quite the future in front of him. As Ryan McCarthy kicks things off here. It's picked up at the 11-yard line by number 5 for Winchester. He crosses the 15, 20, out to the 30-yard line. Tackle made for the Tanners by number 13, Anthony Mendonca.
I'll tell you, that was a real nice return because they had him hemmed in pretty good, and he had a couple shifty little jukes there to get all the way out to the 30. Looks like they might have him trapped inside the 20, but a real nice move.
And I pardon if I butcher the name, but that was Joe Natig or Natig on the return for the Sachems. And their offense will rev it up here with 4:37 remaining in the second quarter. Thompson from the shotgun rolls out to his right. He's going to throw deep downfield. It's lobbed up. Oh, almost intercepted as the Tanners just weren't able to get underneath it. It looked like that was number 15, Billy Quazzo, there for the Tanners, but unfortunately he just was not able to come down with it.
And I don't know who got the pressure, but thank God that they did because he had a man streaking wide open down the right sideline, and if he didn't get hit there, that could have been very easily a Sachem touchdown.
In the end, it'll just mean 2nd and 10 here for Winchester.
That's the value of pressure in the quarterback. Didn't matter how open he was when you got a guy in your face as you throw it.
Thompson takes a snap. He looks to throw once again. This time he's pressured. Runs around the right side. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line as he does a nice job of making something out of nothing.
Boy, that was an escape, Paul. Yeah, they looked like they had him bottled up for a sack.
And, well, we know that just because you get Thompson out of the pocket doesn't mean that you've won. You still got to pursue him. You still got to bring him down. And this is a very big third down for Winchester because they're risking giving the ball back. If they don't get this, they're going to be giving the ball back to Woburn with decent position, a fair amount of time left on the clock, and knowing that Woburn's going to get the ball in the second half.
Thompson from the gun. This time he hands off to Rodriguez up the middle. He's taken down around the first down marker. This is all going to depend on the spot of the ball, gentlemen.
And they give it to him.
And it's going to be a Winchester first down.
I'll tell you, that's a gutsy call running the ball there because, like Paul said, that would have been a big stop for the Tanner D.
And now Winchester has the opportunity, even if they don't get the touchdown, to at least control the clock the rest of this half.
Winchester lines up split 4 wide. Thompson's going to throw. He looks to his right side, throws. Passes caught by number 11, Will Herbert for Winchester. About a 5-yard pickup on the play.
That's a great catch. Ortiz was there on the spot, laid a pretty good hit on him, too, and he held on to it. He is tall, and he is athletic. I've been impressed with Herbert.
Certainly a size advantage when matching up against Chucky Ortiz. Though I don't think anyone in Massachusetts will have a speed advantage when lining up against Chucky Ortiz.
No, not that we've seen. Nobody we've watched.
Thompson takes a snap. This time he's going to run with it. Goes up the middle, and he's taken down at midfield, and it's going to set up 3rd and short here for Winchester.
And these seem to be the trickiest of the spots for them, these 3rd and shorts. We saw on 4th and goal they weren't completely comfortable, and they got blown up in the backfield. I'll be interested to see what they end up dialing up here.
3 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Score, Woburn 7, Winchester 7.
They don't go under center ever, it would appear.
No, they do not. Thompson from the shotgun once again. This time he hands off to Rodriguez up the middle, and he gets the first down. Tackle made at the 46-yard line by number 32, Mike Spector. And Winchester crosses Woburn Tanner territory and picks up another first down.
And now this becomes about just keeping them off the scoreboard rather than giving your offense another chance to score. At this point, you'd love to get in there. You don't want to go down having dominated the half and be down at halftime if you're the Tanner defense. So you just need to keep them out of the end zone at this point.
From the 46. Thompson takes a snap. He looks to throw. This time he's actually going to tuck it and run with it. The Tanner's defense there to make the stop. A group effort for the Tanner's D. As everybody was in on that tackle.
Right now, Woburn's just trying to avoid giving up the big play. If they're okay with Winchester picking up 3 or 4 yards per play, but as long as they don't give up those big 15, 20-yard chunks of field, they should be okay.
And time stops with a 2-minute warning. Winchester will be looking at 2nd and 9. And surprise, surprise, Thompson is in the shotgun.
I think we're going to be seeing that the rest of the day.
4 wideouts out there. Look for him to throw on this one. Instead, he's going to run. He runs around the right side. He's got room to go. And it looks like he picks up the first down.
I'm surprised they haven't done a little more of the 4 wide. That's what they got the touchdown run on. They've had trouble defending the run out of the 4 wide if you're the Tanner's defense. They have done a pretty good job bottling up all the other sets, the 2 wides and the 2 running backs in the backfield. But the 4 wides, that has given them a little bit of fits as far as trying to stop the run out of that set.
And apparently Thompson stepped out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short here for Winchester.
And surprise, surprise, looks like they split out 4 wides again. I would expect him to sort of make this an option. Maybe
Joined by Rodriguez here in the backfield. Look for him to get the ball on this one. Thompson takes a snap. Rodriguez does get it up the middle, and he's going to get himself a first down. He's taken down at the 34-yard line. And Winchester continues to move the chains here in this Tanner's defense.
And they have timeouts left, too, so plenty of time to score if you're Winchester.
From the gun, Thompson takes the snap. He's going to throw this time. He looks deep downfield. Intended for number 11, Will Herbert, and it is out of bounds. Chucky Ortiz was there on the coverage. Nice job defending the big pass play.
And it was, and that was actually really well done by Winchester as well. That's something you see a lot at higher levels, where the intentional underthrow. You're not going to really just run by Ortiz, and his coverage was good. If they got that in bounds, it would have been a very nice play.
He's 2nd and 10 for Winchester. Rodriguez in the backfield. Thompson takes a snap. He's going to throw. It's up to Herbert, and it's caught. And it's going to be a Winchester Sachem touchdown. Catch for number 11, Will Herbert. And there's a flag after the play. Looks like it's going to be excessive celebration.
Very well designed there. They moved Herbert around intentionally to get him away from Ortiz. And he does run by a lot of people. Had not run by Ortiz yet, but they get him on a linebacker, and he goes right up the seam for a Sachem score.
Herbert's certainly an athlete, and he was open on the play, Josh. The call was good. I was surprised. The throw looked like it was a little bit off the line, off the mark.
That was a nice catch.
Nonetheless, he's able to haul it in, and the Winchester Sachems take a 13-7 lead here with 1:14 remaining in the second quarter.
However, guys, look at it this way, and I don't know what the exact rules are for the Mass High School football. If that excessive celebration penalty gives Woburn some extra yards on the kickoff, they still have timeouts and a minute 14 to score.
Yeah, that's a big break for Woburn. Even if they don't kick it to Ortiz, now a short kickoff is going to have them around the 50. And the way their offense has gone, would not be surprised to see them punch it back in here.
Chris White will attempt the extra point. Though the Tanners have controlled most of the play, it's Winchester who has the edge on the scoreboard.
And it looks like they back it up on the extra point attempt. Which that could factor big into this game as well.
Absolutely. This is not an easy make.
I think I prefer the kickoff.
It's going to be tricky because this could be a big point in this game if they don't get this done. If he doesn't get this extra point, a touchdown puts the Tanners in the lead, and this is a long one.
It's a
A
35
long one here for Chris White. The kick is up. And it is no good. There's a big break for the Woburn Tanners as they're only down 6 points here. That one could be big later on in this game.
I take it back. I'll take the point.
He misses it wide right. He had the leg, but that is a lot to ask. A 35-yard extra point.
Will Herbert scores the touchdown, but hurts his team with the celebration as the Winchester Sachems have a 13-7 lead here with 1:14 remaining in the first half.
And if you are Woburn, you have plenty of time. Looks like they have 4 timeouts left. We know they can score in a hurry. Let's see what they get for field position. And the other good positive for Woburn is they've thrown the ball very well today. So we know they can pick it up in chunks in the air as well. They have a lot of options here. Don't expect them to kick to Ortiz. I'd be shocked if they did, but we'll see what happens here.
As White kicks off
Boy.
to the right side, it's fielded by number 19, Nico Cornelio, who's taken down at the 21-yard line.
I should have given that ball up there. That was a mistake by the Sachems, I think.
They kicked it deep, but yet they did not really kick it towards Ortiz's direction. And Tanner's offense has a chance here, starting from their own 21-yard line, a minute 8 remaining in the half.
That'll be interesting to see what they do here with this last minute.
Will Coach Nelson and his crew be aggressive? We will find out. Burnham lines up on the center. It's a pitch to Ortiz along the right side. He crossed over 25-30, 35-40. He's got room to run. 45-50, 40. Out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. A huge pickup for Chucky Ortiz, and the Woburn Tanners are back in business.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Tanners there. That is a big run by Ortiz, and now they are in all sorts of business here, well inside Sachem territory. Ooh, I don't like that spot at all.
Ball spot at the 36-yard line. Nonetheless, we'll take the big pickup. And with 58 seconds remaining here, the Tanners offense has got something cooking.
And guys, even though my stats are unofficial, Ortiz is already over the 100-yard mark for the game.
This time he gets the ball again, this time up the middle. Scrolls to the right side and is taken down at the 27-yard line. Another nice pickup for the Tanners. And they take one of their timeouts here with 50.4 seconds remaining in the half. Boy, what a touchdown feel good going into the locker room at halftime,
if you could
fellas.
somehow steal the lead knowing you're going to get the ball back, that would be very demoralizing if you're a Sachem.
Burnham fades back. He's going to throw this time. He looks deep down the field. He's got a man open. It's incomplete. Pass intended for number 80, David Pratt. It's a little too much air and steam on that one, and he's unable to come up with it.
It's a good call, though. 2nd and 1, you stop the clock. If it's an incomplete, it's pretty safe. It's either out of the end zone or a touchdown. You still end up having 3 timeouts. Now you can run it with Ortiz, do what you got to do, pick up the first down. I like the call there out of the Tanner staff.
He was open.
He was there. It's just a little bit overshot.
And a big 3rd and 1 here for this Tanner's offense. From the 27-yard line. There's a flag on the play.
Well, it looks like a timeout.
A timeout, actually. Excuse me. Timeout taken. It's going to be Winchester. They want to talk this thing over. So we have 43 seconds remaining on the clock here in first quarter action. The score, Winchester Sachems 13, Woburn Tanner 7. On Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, November 25th, 2010, from Connolly Stadium. I'm Brandon Malone here today, joined by both Paul Haley and Josh Smith. And this has been one heck of a Thanksgiving Day matchup.
What do you do here, Paul? I mean, this is definitely 4-down territory for them. Do you have the guts again to go to the air, knowing they're going to be gearing up to stop the run here?
In this case where it's 3rd and short and you're probably going to go for it anyways on 4th down and you still have 3 timeouts, I think this is a very nice opportunity to go to the air. Going to Medonka has worked a few times already today. I think that would be the right play.
I got to disagree, guys. To me, you only need a yard. I want the ball in the hands of my best player, and that's Chucky Ortiz. I want to get it to him. I don't want to throw it to him. I want it in his hands, and I want to see what he can do.
I'm about to find out here.
Well, the fortunate part is that could still work because Winchester still has to respect the pass. They can't just gear up just for the run.
Tanner's come out in a power I formation. Mike Spector in front, Ortiz in back. Burnham, hands off to Ortiz. He goes up the middle, and it's going to be a Tanner first down as he's taken down at the 17-yard line. And Tanner's taking another timeout here with 38.8 seconds remaining in the first half.
They still got 2 left, I think, after
Yes,
that
sir.
one.
They have 2 timeouts left.
Plenty of time here if you are the Tanners.
And it will be first down from the 17-yard line for Joe Burnham and crew. Nico Cornelio checks into the game, as does number 3, Pat Marr.
And Marr's caught a couple balls out of the backfield here this season, so I would not be stunned if they went to the air here. But you don't have to, because like we said, you do have the 2 timeouts. You have plenty of time to run it if that's what you feel is the best.
Burnham lines up under center. Cornelio in motion. Burnham rolls out to his left. He looks to throw. He has pressure. And he fumbles. It's picked up by number 15 on Winchester. 40. 30. He's going to take this one to the house for a touchdown. It's number 15, Lars Zambergs. And the dreaded 14-point swing faces the Tanners as they go from looking to score 7 points to giving up 7.
Oh, you can't do that. If you burn them, you have to get rid of the ball, throw an incomplete pass. You have so much time there. You can't. That's the only thing you can't do is turn it over. And now they are up against it. As Winchester's not only that, they're going to have a chance to go for 2 here if they want and really make it a 14-point game, erase the taunting penalty. That is a huge play in this game.
Again, the dreaded 14-point swing, Paul. And this is really going to be an uphill battle to climb here for this Tanners team. Coach Rocky Nelson's going to have to dig into his bag of tricks here. That was a tough, tough break for the Tanners. A big mistake at an inopportune time. And Winchester looks to line up here for either a 2-point conversion or extra point. It looks to me, Josh, that they will go for the 2-point conversion.
Unfortunately, guys, it just looks like there's nothing else you can say about outside of the fact that that is a backbreaker. And I try not to use that term, and especially in the first half, but that's really the only words I can use to describe as that is a back-breaking play right there.
Tanners burn one of their timeouts there. Coach Rocky Nelson wanted to bring the troops aside. What do you think he's talking about to the team there, Paul?
I think it's probably something a little bit similar to what happened after the big touchdown at the beginning of the game. There's still a lot of time left in this game. We're going to get the ball in the second half. Right now, let's focus on this one play and prevent them from going up 14 points.
Again, the touchdown score by number 15, Lars Zambergs, on the fumble recovery. critical mistake for this Tanners offense. And to no one's surprise, Winchester will line up to go for the 2-point conversion here to try and make it a 14-point lead. Thompson from the shotgun.
And Woburn's taking a timeout.
Woburn takes another timeout. They have none remaining now.
I think it just shows you how important that this play is for the Tanners. There's a huge difference between 12 and 14 points going into the half.
Yeah, this is a very big play, and they've moved the ball on them. There's no reason to think that they can't score on this defense. They've shown that they can move the ball basically at will, so there's no need to panic, but that really is emotionally draining. You look like you're going to go in and maybe take a lead there, and instead now you're going to go down 2 scores.
Thompson from the shotgun. Man in motion. Oh, it's a direct snap to Rodriguez, and it's pitched back to Thompson, still on his feet and taken down. And the Tanners defense is able to shut them down, and they're looking at a 12-point deficit here with 19.7 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Well, that is a big play at this point in the game now because, yeah, there's no reason to think that Woburn can't get 2 touchdowns here in the second half. And defensively, they really haven't been that bad. A couple of drives, and really one of them was one humongous play. But right now, if you're the Tanners, get it, just secure the kickoff, fall on it, get into halftime, and regroup.
And though emotionally it certainly was a back-breaking play for the Tanners team, you know, the future is somewhat bright here in the second half. Look, you've controlled most of the play all game long. You've had a couple of critical turnovers. If you eliminate those turnovers, a 12-point deficit is not insurmountable.
No, you would fully expect, especially if they come back out, if they score on their first possession, all of a sudden it's 19-14. It's a whole new ball game.
Chris White gets set to kick off here. And they kick it short. It's fielded at the 30-yard line by number 32, Mike Spector. And he's taken down at the 34-yard line.
I'm surprised they even put the ball in the air.
Yeah, I would expect now the Tanners to take a knee and just get out of here down 12 points and regroup in the second half.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Coach Nelson and his crew can work their magic in the halftime speech in the locker room, because this Tanners team certainly could use a boost. Number 6, Danny Jean, checks into the game.
Oh, maybe they're going to try and hand it off here and just see if Ortiz can break one. Doesn't look like a formation that they're going to kneel out of.
Burnham lines up, and they hand off to Ortiz, runs around the right side. With some blocking in the front, and he's taken down at the 44-yard line. Tackle made by number 15, Lars Zamberg,
Inbounds,
the beneficiary of the touchdown for Winchester. Inbounds, and that will do it for first half action here. The score from Connolly Stadium on Thursday, November 25th, Thanksgiving Day. Winchester Sachems 19, Woburn Tanners 7. I'm Brandon Malone, joined by Josh Smith and Paul Haley. And Paul, certainly an exciting first half of action. The Tanners controlled the play, yet in the end of the day, or at the end of the half, I should say, they're down 12 points in this football game.
I know, it really is amazing. You would think looking at the scoreboard, you would have never guessed the control that Woburn has shown with the ball in the first half. But at the end, it's been 2-3 major plays that have really shifted this game into the Sachems' favor. We had the big run early in the game, and we had 2 major turnovers, 1 return for a touchdown, and that is the difference in this game. So if Woburn can keep the penalties down, win the turnover battle in the second half, they still have a legitimate shot at coming back and win this game. I know it feels bad at this point, down 2 possessions, but we talked about they're going to get the ball back. We know they can score. We know they can move the ball, and we know that they can move the chains. On top of that, Winchester is historically bad, or at least this season, they are awful in the third quarter. They have been outscored in the third quarter 50 points to 22. So that's a sign of bad second half adjustments. So I am really interested in seeing what happens in this third quarter and if Woburn can put some points on the board right away.
That's a great stat, Paul, and I think you're right. I mean,
very interesting point.
We're going to feel much different about this game if they come down and score on the first drive and it becomes 19-14. Then it doesn't seem so desperate. They've shown they can stop the Sachem offense, and they have done anything they wanted to offensively, just hasn't translated into points yet. A couple of very bad plays. Obviously, the turnover was huge. They gave up the big play to start the game. But they're still in this game. They are getting the ball back. There's really no reason to think that they can't score because they've shown how prolifically they have been able to move the ball. And I do expect this to be a down-to-the-wire game. I don't expect Winchester to run away with this the way they did in the first half.
I think it's been very interesting if we flip and shift gears here a little bit and throw on our coach's hat. What is Coach Nelson telling his troops in the locker room here at halftime?
Well, they just got to take better care of the ball and make some better decisions. Most of the things that they did were fine. And defensively, they really weren't that bad. And offensively, they were really good, but they have to tighten things up. They can't shoot themselves in the foot with these fumbles. That's 2 fumbles for Burnham in the first half. You can't have stuff like that. So really, it's just tightening the bolts on the ship. That's all. What they did was pretty good for the most part, but they can't come apart at the end. They got to finish these drives off with points.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Nelson, I'm thinking to myself, I want you to keep doing a lot of things that you did do in the first half. Control the ball, move the chains, be more physical at the line of scrimmage. All things that Woburn has done well for the most part in this first half. It's just those big plays and protecting the ball. That's what, if they shore that up, they can come back and win this game.
I think one of the big surprises here for the Tanner offense has been today is the great connection we've had between Joe Burnham and Anthony Mendonca, who have hooked up for 4 receptions here so far this afternoon. I wonder if that's going to continue in the second half, or if being down by 12 points, they think it's all Ortiz all the time.
Yeah, they've been pretty balanced, and I don't expect that to totally change, only because they haven't struggled offensively. There's not really a reason to change their offensive game plan, because aside from the fumbles and whatnot, they have pretty much moved the ball up and down the field. They haven't punted. It's been turnovers on downs or fumbles. So I don't know if they will get totally desperate and just give the ball to Ortiz. Maybe they get him. We've been dying for him to throw a screen to Ortiz because we know how dangerous he is on that. But he's going to get the ball a lot in the second half. I think they just got to keep doing what they're doing and stop making silly mistakes.
Well, it'll certainly be interesting to see how this game shakes out here. It's certainly been a dandy thus far, even though the Tanners are on the wrong end of the scoreboard at the half. From Connolly Stadium, Thursday, November 25th, 2010, Thanksgiving Day, Winchester Sachems 19, Woburn Tanners 7. We'll be back with second half action right after the break.
Woburn High School Sports, brought to you by Batteries Plus, Martini Insurance, Tanner Tavern.
The Tanners will be getting the ball to start things off here in the second half, Paul. Hopefully it'll bode well for this Tanner offense after a couple of tough miscues and bad breaks in the first half.
Well, the most interesting thing about that Tanners offense in the first half, even though they only put up 7 points, they never punted. Everything was either a touchdown, turnover on downs, or a turnover. So that being said, they've shown that they can move the ball against this team. And if they could continue doing what they were doing, good ball control, moving the chains, and, of course, not turn the ball over, they got a real shot.
Josh, what do you think about some of the turnovers we saw in the first half? The Tanners obviously need to eliminate those if they want to have any chance of getting back into this football game.
Oh, they were killers. That's the difference on the scoreboard right now more than anything else. They look like they're driving down to score a touchdown here, maybe take the lead at halftime. You cough it up, boom, you're down 2 scores. It's just how it is. But, like Paul said, you're going to have a big possession here because they did move the ball a lot on offense. So if they can come and score and make this a 19-14 game, I think it will have a whole different feel to it real early on. So I think it's very important for them to establish that first drive early.
We'll get ready to kick off second half action here. As Steve Martin has his crew on the field, got the troops rallied and ready to go. And boy, it will be a good time for a big play from special teams.
Yeah, they look like they've tried to avoid Ortiz, but if for some reason they look like they're going to try and hide him here, and this is a smart. You see Ortiz on that second level. He's not back deep. So I think they are going to dare them to kick
Little
it up.
adjustment here for Rocky Nelson, the Tanner staff. As Chris White gets set to kick it off, and we are underway here in the second half of play. And it's going to be taken at the 10-yard line by Mike Spector. He takes it out to the 25-30. Nice return, taken down at the 32-yard line, and Winchester certainly wasn't fooled by the shift with Chucky Ortiz.
No, they saw it, and they kicked it deep. That's a very good adjustment by the Winchester special teams.
Players know they do not want the ball in the hands of number 2.
Well, they can't avoid it now because you're going to get a healthy dose of them here in the second half.
Joe Burnham and his offense go to work. He'll line up under center Anthony Mendonca in the backfield. Ortiz in motion, Gene split out White. And it's a handoff to Mendonca, who's taken down for a loss of a yard on the play. Tackle made there for Winchester by number 53, Brian Connolly, the senior.
Nice penetration there by Winchester, and not the start you wanted for the Tanners.
Burnham lines up wishbone formation. It's going to go to Ortiz. He's got the ball. He slips in around to tackle. Runs around to the outside. And it's going to be another loss. Oh, he wiggles his way back to the line of scrimmage. Impressive work from Chucky Ortiz, but the Winchester defense bottles him up as the tackle's made by number 63, Rob Pontrelli. And the Tanners will be looking at 3rd and long early.
Yeah, their first real 3rd and long, too, so I don't know what they're going to do here. But this is a big one, though. The last thing you want is a 3-and-out, really negating you getting the ball back first in the second half. That would be a disastrous start if you're a Woburn Tanner.
Very nice moves by Ortiz, though. It looks like he was going to get knocked for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Just getting back to the line of scrimmage was impressive.
Number 1, Mike Meany checks into the game. Burnham takes the snap. He rolls out to his left, looks to throw, pressure in the backfield. He's going to run with it. Tucks it and goes, crosses the 40, 45-yard line, taken down at the 48-yard line. A big run by Joe Burnham, and the Tanners have themselves their first down of the second half.
A little redemption by Burnham, and he held on to the ball there. I mean, they took a pretty good shot at the end of that. That's a huge play.
It sure is. The Tanners will be looking at 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line.
And you know what, guys? If Woburn does come back and win this game, that may be one of the plays that we think of when we're recapping this.
Burnham hands off to Ortiz up the middle. And not much doing. It's a pickup of about 2 yards on the play. It should be spotted at the 50-yard line.
Couple of nice adjustments, looks like, by Winchester. Has not been a lot of room to run, whereas they were getting gashed in the running game in the first half.
Number 3, Pat Marr checks into the game for the Tanners. Power I formation for the Tanners this time. Spector the lead fullback. Mendonca in motion. That gives us Ortiz. It was up the middle and picks up about a yard in the players. This Winchester defense has been able to bottle up Chucky Ortiz in the early goings of the second half.
It's because Paul jinxed him with the bad adjustment stat.
The numbers don't lie, guys. This team has been bad in the 3rd quarter all year. But the one thing they do know is that Chucky Ortiz hurt them bad in the first half. So if Woburn's going to beat them, they may have to go to another direction.
3rd and long for the Tanners. Burnham fades back. He's going to throw. He looks down the field. And this time he's sacked. Taken down by number 53, Brian Connolly. And the Tanners special teams, come onto the field.
Now the first time they've really been stopped by the defense today. Couldn't have come at a worse time.
And with 7:30 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, the Tanners will punt. Burnham takes a snap, and the punt is up, and it's a good one. It takes a Tanner bounce to the 10-yard line, and it's down by number 24 for the Tanners, Jared O'Brien. And the Tanners defense will come onto the field.
Oh, this would be a big spot for a turnover if you're a Tanner defender.
Boy, is that something the doctor ordered or what?
No, that's exactly what they need right now.
Turnover would be huge for this defense. Thompson from the shotgun. Has Rodriguez in the backfield. He takes the snap. He rolls out to his right. He's going to throw deep downfield. And it's complete. Where his feet in bounds.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. The pass was caught by number 5, Joe Natig. However, he was out of bounds, and the Tanners catch a break.
Now, that is a big-time throw there by Thompson.
That ball was on the money.
Yeah, that was right there. Interesting play call. 1st and 10 from your own 10, though, when the clock is your ally up 2 scores here. Trying to launch the black backbreaking bomb.
They're going for blood. Thompson from the shotgun. Hands off this time to Rodriguez. No, he keeps it himself. He goes up the middle. He's tripped up at the 18-yard line, and that'll set up 3rd and short here for Winchester.
Yeah, it was a shoestringer, too, because he had some room to run if he could squeeze through that hole. That's a big tackle.
Third and 1 from the shotgun. Thompson takes the snap. This time he's going to keep it himself. He runs around the left side. And he's taken down about the 18-yard line. A big stop for the Tanners as they come up with a loss on the play. And it'll be 4th and 3 here for Winchester.
Great stand by the Woburn defense. They knew that they needed the 3 and out. They knew that they were going to need field position, and that's what they got.
And what a spot, because do you pooch punt? The last time they punted, they did a little pooch punt. You pooch punt now, you're putting them really in very close in your own territory. Your other option is kicking it to Ortiz. There's not a lot of good decisions to be made
Tanners either
here.
way.
Yeah.
They may be looking at it and saying, well, they're going to get good position no matter what we do, so we may as well just avoid Ortiz.
We will find out. Number 18, Alex Davis, set for the punt. Snap is high, and he punts, and it's... Oh, it hits Cornelio. Ball's live. He recovers it at the 40-yard line, and boy, that one sent a chill up all of our spines here in the booth.
That would have been a disaster. They really played with fire right there. They're giving it right back to Winchester. But alas, all's well that ends well. Tanner ball inside Sachem territory.
No harm, no foul, right?
Exactly. But they flirted with disaster there.
Unless you want to count the damage done to my heart on
Yeah,
that.
the heart skipped a couple of beats on that play for sure. Burnham and the Tanners offense goes back to work. Ortiz gets the handoff right side. Flag on the play as Ortiz is taken down at the 35-yard line. And we'll wait for the official's call.
Illegal shift, looks like.
And the Tanners will be backed up. Thus nullifying the 5-yard gain by Ortiz. First and 15 for the Tanners from the 45-yard line. Power I formation. Burnham rolls out to his left. He's going to throw. It's complete to number 13, Anthony Mendonca, who's taken down at the 33-yard line. Another big catch by Mendonca. And boy, Joe Burnham has found himself a target here on Thanksgiving Day.
They've had no answer for that. It has been a Thanksgiving feast for Mendonca, who has been basically wide open on that little bootleg all day long.
Burnham takes a snap this time. It's Mike Spector up the middle. And he powers his way down to about the 31-yard line. Should set up 3rd and short here for the Tanners.
I actually think they're going to give him forward progress, and looks like they're going to get the first.
Good call, Paul Haley.
You got it, my friend. Good spot for the Tanners. And from the 30-yard line, they're looking at first down.
Oh, God forbid I get one thing right today.
or all season for that matter.
Hey,
Just kidding. Just kidding.
it's funny because it's true.
Wishbone formation for the Tanners. Ortiz gets the handoff, runs around the left side. He's got room to go. Crosses the 20. Steps out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Another Tanner first down. And the Tanners offense has some momentum here in the second half.
Well, this becomes a very big drive now because you have to punch it in. They have run down the third quarter has gone pretty quick.
You're getting to that point in the game. 4:25 remaining in the third quarter,
You
Josh.
might
I
only
agree.
have 2 possessions left, maybe 3 if you're lucky. You got to punch this one in, put all the pressure on Winchester now. Would not be surprised to see Mendonca coming out of the backfield.
Burnham lines up under center. This time Cornelio's going to get the ball. And no gain there for the Tanners. As the tackle was made by number 11 for Winchester, Will Herbert. Heard that name plenty today as he had a big touchdown earlier on, receiving one from Thompson. Second and 10 for the Tanners. This time it's Ortiz on a pitch to the left side. And he cuts it back. It's taken down at the 10-yard line. That'll set up 3rd and 5 here for the Tanners.
Good spot. You got 2 downs to get it now. They've had no reason to deviate from the run. It's been pretty successful for them all day. Just pound it twice here, get first and goal. Let's get out of here with a touchdown.
I think it's pretty safe to assume that this is 4th down territory because a field goal really does you no good. All you're going to do is be a 9-point lead. You're still down 2 possessions. I know there's a whole 4th quarter to go, but
And
Early
really
in the third,
tough.
it might be a decision, not at this point.
They're going for it one way or the other.
Burnham goes up the middle. He's keeps it. Touchdown, Tanners. Joe Burnham takes it right up the middle. A QB sneak that goes for 9 yards, and the Tanners are back in business.
Well, that's twice they hit him with that exact play. They've obviously seen something on film about them spreading it out, and they set it up with that little pitch again, making that defense spread out a little further and gutting it right up the middle.
And Burnham, it's a little taste of redemption from his earlier miscue. The Tanners will line up the extra point here as the score is 19-13 with 3:06 remaining in the third quarter. McCarthy's kick is up, and it is good. And the Tanners narrow the lead to 19-14 here with 3:06 remaining in the third quarter. Touchdown for number 10, Joe Burnham, the senior quarterback, also captain, heart and soul of this football team. And the Tanners special teams unit will look to carry over the momentum.
That's Burnham's first rushing touchdown all year. 9 total if you include the passing and 1 receiving touchdown.
Well, certainly good timing for it.
And now it's all on the Tanner defense. You get off the field, and now you start getting the little knee bucklers over there, the little shaky over there in that Winchester sideline.
Well, their hard work pays off.
Well, we knew this is what they had done for the most part. They had moved it up and down the field, and that shows you the value of field position. They started with a short field, and march right down and punch it in.
Ryan McCarthy gets set to kick off. The kick is up. They kick it deep. It's fielded at the 10-yard line. It's handed off. Oh, nope, it's faked to Antigue. 13 Rodriguez takes it around the right side. He's out to the 30. 35-yard line, crosses the 40. Finally tripped up and taken down at the 45-yard line. A big return for this Sachem special teams unit.
That's a fun little play. They tried to set that up on the first kickoff to open the game. It was a little more busted up and turned into a broken play. But that one, exactly, got some of the defense to freeze, and then a nice little return there.
And the Winchester offense will take over. Thompson from the shotgun. Rodriguez in the backfield, 3 wide. And there's a handoff to Rodriguez, who goes up the middle. And a big hit made by number 10, Joe Burnham. That'll be a sure pickup there for Winchester.
That's a nice form tackle.
That's pretty much how they draw it up.
It's got to be fun for a quarterback to do that to someone else for a change. Getting licked all game and knocked around, and then finally you get to put the lick on someone else.
Well, when you know how to take a hit, you probably learn how to give one as well. This time, Thompson's going to roll it to his right. He's going to throw. It's a screen to Rodriguez, and luckily it's short as the ball is incomplete. Rodriguez had room to run. A very well-designed play by the Winchester Sachems offensive unit.
I totally agree. I think he had reservations for 6 if he caught that ball. He had a convoy out in front of him. There were not a lot of black jerseys.
That one could have been big trouble for the Tanners, but they dodge a bullet. A big third down here. 3rd and 5. Is the Tanners defense up to the task?
The Woburn crowd is into it.
Thompson from the shotgun. Crowd's getting rowdy here. They want to see a big stop here for the black and orange. Thompson takes the snap, hands off to Rodriguez up the middle. He's stopped at the 50-yard line. A big play for the Tanners defensive unit. Tackle made by number 55, Ryan McCarthy, and that'll set up 4th and 4. And this is a big one.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of timeout here for them to talk about it because it does not look like they didn't. Well, maybe they got the punting unit coming on now, but they took their time getting them out there.
And Winchester's going to play it safe.
Very nice to hear the Woburn crowd really get into it for the first time all game. I think that opening play when the game began really took a lot of air out of the stadium, and now they're really back into it.
And we talked about tricks on Thanksgiving Day, so I would be very cognizant of the fake punt.
We still haven't seen one on either side of the ball. And the punt is up. They're going to kick to Ortiz. Kicks at the 25-yard line. He's got space. 35, 40. Taken down at the 45-yard line. A flag on the field, and this one looks like it's going to go against the Tanners, Josh.
It's a late one, too, because he had actually done pretty well, though they weren't going to get much more. So it's kind of a silly flag. Dangerous play because, as we saw, there didn't appear to be much there, and he
Makes
almost
something
took
happen
that to the house.
every time. You could feel the whole stadium's spirits rise up as he got the ball. Everyone knows Chucky Ortiz is magic. He gets the ball in his hands, anything could happen. And, boy, he wasn't far away from taking another one.
Almost did it there. He almost never gets brought down early.
Unfortunately, that penalty is going to cost him about 25 yards.
A big loss there, and the Tanners will be backed up. The offense will go to work here from the 23-yard line with 1:17 remaining in the third quarter here from Connolly Stadium. On Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 5th, 2010, Winchester Sachems 19, Woburn Tanners 14. Burnham goes to work. He hands off to Ortiz, runs around the right side. Flag on the play as Ortiz is taken out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
They are just shooting themselves in the foot big time here. As it's going
And it's going to be holding against the Tanners.
Spector is not happy about it.
And the Tanners continue to have costly mistakes here in this football game.
Well, and we'll see if Winchester's ready for it, but I actually fully expect them now to roll Burnham out and try and hit Mendonca. They have hit that for 15, 16 yards multiple times here today, and it's a good way to get yourself out of a 1st and 20 hole.
We'll see if they turn to the air. 1st and 20 from the 13-yard line. Time winding down in the third quarter. Power I formation for the Tanners. Spector the lead. Burnham rolls out to his left. Looks downfield, and he's going to be sacked. Taken down by number 64 in Winchester. That is Connor Steckel.
Had Mendonca just didn't pull the trigger there. Got a little too fancy, I think.
This is starting to get a little bit scary now for Woburn because now you're not only talking about trying to get the first down, you're trying to get yourself out of a situation where you may be giving Winchester a short field if you have to punt.
Burnham lines up under center. This will probably be the last play here for the third quarter. He takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Ortiz. He looks downfield to throw. Completed to Nico Cornelio. A short gain as he's knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Apparently,
actually, he was inbounds, so they're going to let the clock run on this one.
Don't know how you rule that inbounds, to be perfectly honest with you.
I guess the refs want to get home and watch the Patriots.
Maybe that's the case. Nonetheless, that'll wrap things up here in the third quarter with the score. Winchester Sachems 19, Woburn Tanners 14. The Tanners will be looking at 3rd and 23 as we open things up in the fourth quarter.
Well, and I look at two things here. I'm either running a screen to Ortiz, which we have been begging for. We've been begging for the screen up here. Or if you need a guy down the field, I like David Pratt, big target down the field. He's been pretty good. They just missed him earlier in the game, the first quarter. They almost had a big play. So I think they're going to put it in the air here.
It may seem unconventional, Paul, but one has to wonder. Again, Woburn historically will pull one trick play every Thanksgiving. Maybe this isn't the best time for it, but it will be the least expected time. What do you think Rocky Nelson has up his sleeve here with 3rd and 23 looming?
Well, you're not kidding. It would be the most least expected time. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it on 3rd down. A fake punt on 4th down would be suicide from their field position. Right now, they're just trying to get as many yards as they can, and obviously they want the 1st down, but you also want to try to avoid getting yourself in a position where Winchester has an extra short field. And from where they may be punting, that's a likelihood.
If you wanted a trick play too, I wouldn't be surprised if they put it in Ortiz's hands and let him throw it maybe to Burnham down the sideline. Let the defense all key in on Ortiz and then watch him launch a ball.
Would not be the first time they've run that this year.
Nope.
They connected for a touchdown early in the year.
Burnham leads his Chargers back onto the field. A little issue with the scoreboard is apparently it'll be 3rd and 17 for the Tanners. Makes it a little bit more manageable, but still a big play needed. Cornelio in the backfield. Ortiz split out to the right. They fake the handoff. It's going to be a reverse to Ortiz. No, it's going to be a screen pass to Cornelio. Got the ball, and he is taken down at about the 20-yard line. A gain for the Tanners, but certainly not a very big one. And with 4th and 14 looming, the punting unit will come onto the field.
I like the call, but I would have preferred to get it in Ortiz's hands there and let him make a play.
Well, the other side of that, Cornelio did not have any blockers in front of him.
No, it looked like they were just trying to get the whole defense to watch Ortiz.
I'm thinking element of surprise, Josh. That's exactly what I was thinking.
On the other side. But to me, I just want to put it in my playmaker's hands and let him make the play.
Burnham set the punt. Takes the snap. Kick is up. And it crosses over into past midfield. It takes a Tanner's bounce, and it'll be down at the 36-yard line. A very nice punt by Joe Burnham.
That is the best you could have hoped for if you're the Tanners on that play. That was the best case scenario.
And 10:40 remaining here in the 4th quarter, Tanner's defense will see if they can come up with a big stop.
Yep, there's still time in this game. There's 10:40 left on the clock. Winchester has good but not great field position, which is what they were facing earlier a few plays ago. So if you're the Woburn defense, you're just looking for one more stop.
I would watch out for Josh Rodriguez here, as I expect them to give heavy doses here to this Tanner's defensive unit to see if they can stop him. Thompson from the shotgun.
Well, timeout Woburn. As they only had 10 men on the field. That's a heads-up play by Joe Burnham. Joe Burnham called the timeout. They only had 10 guys on the field, I think.
Very smart call from the safety. The game's hard enough as it is. There's no need to play with less guys than you're afforded. It certainly has been a battle here today at Connolly Stadium. As this 106th Turkey Day matchup between Woburn and Winchester has been a dandy. Thompson from the shotgun. He rolls back. He's going to throw. Completed. Catch made by number 11, Will Herbert. A big catch in Tanner territory.
That's a big throw with Spector closing in on him to lay a lick on Thompson. That's a big-time throw and catch.
It certainly was, and Winchester is the beneficiary. A 1st down at the Tanner 45-yard line. Thompson from the shotgun. Takes a snap. Time he's going to run with it. Goes up the middle. Oh, and it's a fumble. The ball's down on the ground.
Oh, there's going to be a scrum under there for it.
It looks like the Tanners may have gotten it.
No word yet from the officials.
They're still fighting and pulling players off.
It's like Winchester ball.
And Winchester recovers.
Big break there.
And
for
actually
the
picks
Sachems.
up about 4 yards on the play. They'll be looking at 2nd and 3. Boy, would that have been big for the Tanners.
Yeah, just what they needed.
Winchester finally makes that big mistake, and unfortunately, black and orange are not able to capitalize. Spector coming in for the blitz. Misses Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes up the middle. He trushes over the 20-yard line. 15 taken down by number 15, Billy Quazzo, who saved a touchdown. A big game for Josh Rodriguez in this Winchester Sachems offense.
Potentially a game-saving touchdown there from Quazzo, because you could still keep them off the scoreboard here. You're in dire straits, definitely. But if he runs that in, that could be the backbreaker.
And Winchester's offense continues to roll here in the 4th quarter. Thompson from the shotgun. Rodriguez gets the ball up the middle. He's taken down at the 10-yard line. And you're right, Josh. The Tanners can ill afford to give up another touchdown here in this game. As the clock continues to wind down, 8:45 remaining in the 4th quarter.
A field goal they can give up, because that's a touchdown and 2 points. That's only a 1-possession game, because you'd still be within 8. But you cannot let them in on the touchdown, because they would have to score quick, then get a stop, then score again. That's a lot to ask.
It certainly is. Thompson from the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off to Rodriguez. Goes up the middle, not much doing as the Tanners defense is there to make the stop.
And this is real interesting now if you are Winchester, if whether or not they're going to try and go for this on 4 downs and punch it in the end zone, or if they do make it an 8-point game. We know their kicker's got plenty of leg. We've seen that all day long. So that is going to be quite a decision here.
As the clock passes the 8-minute mark. 3rd and 4 for the Sachems from the shotgun. Thompson takes the snap. Woburn Tanner crowd getting into it. He's going to keep it himself. And he's stuffed at the line. A big play by the Woburn Tanners defensive line. Number 72, Brendan Flaherty, in on the stop.
And Winchester's going to be looking at about 4th and 3.
What a decision here. What would you do? I kick
Wow.
it.
This is, you talk about the ultimate decision in a big game. This is it right here, fans.
I really don't know much about the Winchester kicker. From here, it looks like they
He's got a
would
good
be
leg, Paul. Saw him in the warm-ups. He can really boot it.
It's a short kick. I'd say it looks to be about a 25, 24-yard field goal from where they're at.
What a decision to make.
Now, it looks like they're bringing him on to kick it, I think.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. There he is. It's Chris White on the field, their kicker, the junior, for Winchester. And for all intents and purposes, this will be about a 25-yard field goal attempt.
Now they're going to take a timeout and talk about it.
And the Tanners want to talk this thing over. Well, the good news for the Tanners, if this does go through, it's still a one-score game.
Yes, you are still in okay shape. And if it's not, then you didn't have a major break. So this is a good stand. Even though they drove the ball, your only mission was to keep them out of the end zone, and you did that.
Well, you know, it's a real shame for the Tanner defense, because we knew going into the second half they were going to almost have to be perfect. And through no fault of their own. The one issue right now is if they can just, and like we discussed, one field goal still equals a one-possession ball game. If they miss it, all the better. You get decent field position. And if they have to kick off, you may actually end up with even better field position.
This is a big test for Steve Martin and his special teams unit. Special teams coach Steve Martin, that is. White lines up for the field goal attempt. 25-yard kick. The kick is up. And it is no good as he misses the kick. And the Tanners keep it a 5-point ball game with 7:31 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Plenty of distance. Again, just wide right. And what a break
Plenty
now
of
for the
distance is
Tanners.
right. The leg was there, that's for sure. And luckily for the Tanners, the accuracy was not.
And now they have a chance to control the clock, go down here, get a game-winning touchdown drive. None of them will ever forget, all these seniors.
Boy, what an opportunity for this Tanners offense as Burnham lines up to lead his charges. Power I formation for the Tanners. Spector in front. Ortiz in back. Ortiz gets the handoff. Left side. And he's taken down at about the 24-yard line. 4-yard pickup on the play. Boy, for high school football fans, it doesn't really get much better than this, Josh.
No, this is the stuff of high school Thanksgiving Day legends right now. You got a chance here for these guys to cement their legacy. You know, snap a 2-game losing streak to Winchester, and it's all on the line now. You got a 5-point game, and you control your own destiny if you're the Tanners.
Number 3, Pat Marr checks into the game for the black and orange. Tanners line up wishbone formation. Mendonca and Cornelio in the backfield. This time Cornelio is going to get the ball. Runs around the left side and taken down at the 29-yard line. That'll set up 3rd and short for the Tanners.
I wouldn't be surprised if they sneaked it. They've had so many good successes with that at this point, running 4, 5, 10 yards QB sneaks.
That they have. A lot of success with that play, as we saw Burnham score the touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. Bring the Tanners back to make it a 5-point game. This time Ortiz is going to get the call around the right side. He's got room to run. Taken down at the 45-yard line. A big tackle made by number 5, Joe Natig, as Ortiz once again is just a shoestring away from breaking off the big one. Nonetheless, the Tanners will take the first down as they bring the ball out to the 45-yard line.
You got to give the Winchester defense credit because they have bent but not broken. They really haven't given up the big play. They've come real close. They have walked the line.
On more than one occasion, they certainly have. But you're right. They have not given up the big play.
None of the 60-yard touchdowns we're accustomed to seeing out of Chucky Ortiz.
They still hold a 5-point lead in this game as Anthony Mendonca gets the carry. And he stopped, no gain on the play. And the clock continues to run here with 5:35 remaining in the 4th quarter.
And you got 4 timeouts if you're the Tanners too. No need to panic, but right now this is a big drive. What you don't want to do is end up with a punt on this one and having to burn your timeouts that way. Now you're getting close to midfield here. Definitely want to punch this one in because you don't know if you get the ball back at this point.
Burnham lines up under center. 2nd and 10. Fakes the handoff to Ortiz. He's going to throw. Incomplete, just out of reach for number 13, Anthony Mendonca. A dangerous play as Joe Natig was lurking in the background. And the Tanners will be looking at 3rd and long here with 5:13 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Well, does this become 4-down territory is the question. Normally you wouldn't think so this part of the field, but we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. It is going to be tricky because how many possessions do they have left?
It's all going to depend on, I think, exactly how many yards they get. Because even if they don't get anything on this, they still have 5 minutes and 4 timeouts. They can send the defense out one more time.
Burnham fades back. He's going to throw. He looks downfield. It's intended for Ortiz. And it's almost intercepted. Ball ends up out of bounds. It was taken down by number 11 for Winchester, Will Herbert. But it was out of bounds, and the Tanners will be looking at 4th and 9. I would expect them to punt here, and sure enough, the punting unit comes onto the field.
Well, now you give your defense a chance if you get a 3 and out, they might have to kick it to Ortiz, and I guess that's part of what they were thinking too. Definitely did not look like it was 4-down territory for them the way they called that play. This is a 3 and out play for us.
And with 5:05 remaining here in the 4th quarter, Burnham will be set to punt.
Oh, we've seen this before.
Different formation here. Here's where it gets interesting.
You just got your wish, Brandon.
Burnham from the shotgun now. They're going to go for it. Ortiz in motion.
They're going to get Winchester to burn a timeout.
And Winchester takes a timeout.
I'm amazed it took them that long to call it.
And maybe a little bit of gamesmanship from Coach Nelson. Maybe that was his intention all along, Josh.
Could be. Maybe they go out in a punt formation now potentially, but we have seen them have a lot of success out of these little formations.
We saw them pull it off for a touchdown against Belmont. One on the line here for the black and orange is if the Tanners win this game, they will lock up 2nd place in the Middlesex League.
All by themselves.
They remain in the formation. They hand off to Ortiz. He goes up around the left side. He's got room to run. 1st down, Tanners. He just makes it as he's taken down at the 44-yard line. What a gutsy call. There's a flag on the field.
Oh.
And this one's going to come back. Illegal motion, and Steve Martin is livid. Special teams coach Steve Martin is on the field. He is not a happy man right now.
Oh, Coach Nelson does not look pleased either. I think you have
They
to
both
punt it
want an
now.
explanation for this one.
Whatever they're selling, I don't think Rocky bought it.
No, I don't think special teams coach Steve Martin bought it either. Looked dejected.
Well, it should be a straight punt now.
Yeah, at this point, I don't expect any more bag of tricks here for the Tanners. I expect just a clean punt. Burnham puts it up. Takes a Tanner bounce and will be downed at the 24-yard line in Winchester territory. And the Winchester offense will take over here with 4:32 remaining in today's contest.
And you don't have a lot of wiggle room if you're the defense now. This is not a bend but don't break situation. You need to stop. You need it quickly. On that is a back-breaking flag. They had picked
It certainly is.
They were very emotional. They were very excited down the Tanner sideline thinking they picked it up, and then there's that yellow flag.
We'll see if the defense is up to the challenge here for the black and orange. As Greg Thompson goes to work here for Winchester.
You know, it's unfortunate, guys. We do not have the benefit of instant replay in this case. We don't really know if it was the right call or not. But, man, what a time to make that call.
Thompson lines up from the shotgun. Rodriguez in the backfield. They hand off to Rodriguez. Goes to the left side, taken down. A nice stop there for the Tanners D. Number 55, Ryan McCarthy, in on the play with the tackle.
I expect Winchester to keep it on the ground here. No reason for them to do the Tanners a favor by putting it in the air, maybe stopping the clock.
2nd and 10, Thompson from the shotgun. Herbert on the left side. Winchester goes with that 4-wide formation. They like it. There's a flag on the play.
And that'll stop the clock.
A big break for the Tanners. Finally, from the officials. False start on the Winchester offense. That'll stop the clock, as you mentioned, Josh, and back up Winchester 5 yards. Big break for the Tanners.
Yeah, they really needed that. Keeps a timeout in their pocket now, too.
Actually, the clock is still running.
I think that's a mistake.
Clock's running on the play. Thompson takes the snap. He rolls out to his right. He's going to run with it. Mendonca in pursuit misses. Big hit made over at the sidelines of number 55, Ryan McCarthy. As Thompson is taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Pick up of 6 yards on the play.
And he did Woburn a favor.
There's another flag on the field.
It's going to be holding,
It's going to be holding against the Winchester offense.
I was going to say that Thompson did him a favor by staying on his feet. He should have gone down.
He should have. And that penalty's declined, and that's smart. You're running out of time, and they still have a 3rd and 15. No real reason to back them up any further. This is the play. If you can't stop them now on 3rd and 10 or whatever it is,
Yep.
You're not going to win this game
It will
anyway.
be 3rd and 10, and Rocky will take his chances. 3:26 remaining in the 4th quarter. Thompson from the shotgun. Rodriguez in the backfield. Thompson's going to throw. He looks to his left. He throws. It's complete over the middle. Number 11. Herbert is taken down at the 38-yard line of the Woburn Tanners. Tackle made by number 2, Chuck Ortiz. A big first down for the Winchester Sachems offense.
Yeah, that is going to be a backbreaker, it looks like. And I don't know, it looks like there was a couple of upset Woburn coaches on the field. But, yeah, you can't have that now. Not only that, even if you do stop them, which you still have 4 timeouts, you just lost 60 yards in field position.
That is big, without question. 3:06 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Winchester, first down from the Tanner 40-yard line. Thompson takes snap. It's a high one. And hands off this time to number 31, who takes it up the middle down to the 34-yard line. And that was Brandon Noel with the carry. We haven't heard his name called much in this game, as Noel has been relatively quiet. We've certainly seen a healthy dose of Rodriguez and Thompson as well. Not to mention Will Herbert, who's had several big catches for the Sachems offense. The clock continues to wind down here in the Tanner season. 2:28 remaining. 2nd and 4 for Winchester.
I'll need a turnover now.
Thompson takes the snap. Hand off. Number 31. And Noel is taken down. Noel, excuse me. And the Tanners burn a timeout here with 2:12 remaining. And it'll be 3rd and short here. Another big 3rd down for this Woburn Tanner defense.
And they're in sort of no man's land if you're Winchester, because if you punt it, odds are it's probably going to go in the end zone. There's not a lot of yardage to be gained by punting here. Right now, they might just try and put their foot on the Tanner throat, say we're going to run it at you twice, and if you can stop us, you can stop us.
And not only that, you also have the advantage of keeping the ball out of the hands of Woburn star, number 2, Chucky Ortiz.
That's what I would do. I'd be running it twice here.
3rd and 4. Thompson from the shotgun. He takes a snap. It's a high one. Hands off to number 31, Noel, up the middle.
It's going to be a first down.
And Noel gets another Winchester Sachem first down.
And you are at critical mass now. One more first down will basically wrap this up. And you hate to go back to it. That play at the end of the first half right now looks like the difference.
That certainly will be the thumbprint left in this game if this current score holds up. The Tanners defense has to be thinking turnover here. Someone has got to strip the ball.
Yeah, that's what they're going to be talking about, and I'm sure that's what Winchester took the timeout for. We don't care about anything more than ball security right now. They're going to be trying to strip the ball on every play. You just take care of that ball, you stay in bounds, and we'll get out of here with a win. That's what they got to be saying in that Sachem huddle. Conversely, like you said, if you're in the Tanner huddle right now, it's we need a turnover. You know, stopping them isn't as important as you got to strip that ball, every hand on that ball.
And with 2 minutes remaining here in the contest, Winchester looking at 1st and 10 from the Tanner 29-yard line. Thompson in the shotgun. Noel and Rodriguez in the backfield. This time Rodriguez gets the ball. He runs around the left side. And he is taken down at about the 25-yard line.
Quick timeout by the
Tanners take another timeout. They have 2 remaining here in tonight's contest.
You're in a tough spot because you don't want to give up a first down, but at the same time, you do need to try and strip the ball. So there will be yards there to be had. You see that a lot of the late in these games. Even though, they're geared up for the run, they're more interested in trying to strip the ball. So there are going to be yards after first contact to be had. And good job by Rodriguez there getting a 5-yard gain.
As they converge for the timeout, we'd like to take the opportunity to thank all you Woburn Tanner football fans who have supported this team all season long. We've had a great time here working with the Woburn Public Media Center and having the pleasure of broadcasting these games, and it's been a great year for this Tanners team. We hope they can pull this one out, but either way, these kids should be very proud of what they've accomplished this season as they've got Woburn Tanner football back on the right track.
Yeah, coming off a 2-8 campaign, worst case scenario, they're going to be 5-5. A lot of good strides. A lot of people coming back for the Tanners. You're still going to have Chucky Ortiz looking for a big senior year. The future is bright.
Anthony
here for the Black
Mendonca,
and
the
Orange.
future is very bright, Josh, for the 2011 Woburn Tanners as well.
just to go over a few of those guys that are going to be returned next year, outside of Mendonca and Ortiz, we also still got Billy Quazzo, Nick Cornelio, AJ Santiago, and David Pratt will all be returning to the Tanners next year.
2nd and 6 from the 25-yard line. Thompson takes the snap, hands off. Oh, it's a fumble. Ball's on the ground. Rodriguez recovers it very swiftly. And the Tanners, unfortunately, are not able to capitalize on what was a huge opportunity.
Oh, so close there with a little snap, a little bit of jitters when you're Winchester trying to close this game out, and almost nearly a very, very costly fumble.
It'll be 3rd and 9 with 1:46 remaining here in the 4th quarter. The crowd gets into it. What do you expect from Winchester in this next play, Paul?
I'm not expecting them to do anything too fancy at this point. Even though it is 3rd and 9, I think they're just going to rely on Rodriguez once again to hopefully get 5-6 yards out of this play and then set him up to go for it on 4th down.
I'm hoping he snaps it over the quarterback's head. He's been threatening to do it all day.
I think that's what we're all hoping, Josh. They certainly have had a hard time there snapping the ball for Winchester on these shotguns.
It's amazing we haven't seen a fumble yet on a bad snap.
Certainly is. As Thompson takes the snap, he's going to roll around to the right side. There's a flag on the field.
It's going to be a false start.
False start against the offense. That'll back them up. And they'll be looking at 3rd and 14.
Well, boy, I tell you, if you can keep them for no gain, maybe, just maybe, you have enough room to get off of Chucky Ortiz punt return.
One can hope, Josh. One can hope. From the shotgun, 3rd and 14.
I think Winchester's going to take
And
a timeout
Winchester's going to
here.
burn a timeout here.
Well, boy, they're in a tough spot now because if you pick up this 1st down, the game's over. You can kneel it out. If you throw it and it's incomplete, you leave the Tanners with a timeout. So I don't know what they're going to do here. They might be thinking about, you know what, we've had some success through the year. Let's just try and make one play. And if we make this one play, we're out of here with a win. So they're in a tough spot, but we'll find out as here we go.
Certainly a very interesting decision to be made. From the 33-yard line. Thompson takes the snap. He fumbles it. Picks it back up. Spector in pursuit. And he's just going to be taken down at the 35-yard line. And the Tanners, once again, are this close to recovering a Winchester fumble. But unfortunately, it's not the case.
Well, we'll see what they do with the punt now because it's in an area where I wouldn't be surprised if Chucky tried to make something happen, even if they did try and pooch it.
Josh, do you think there's any chance they go for it here just to burn the clock and make the Tanners burn their last time out and avoid Chucky Ortiz in that big play?
I think they just burn the timeout now, but the thing is the clock will stop if they don't pick up the 1st down, too.
You're right. I thought they had one more left, but that was it. The Tanners are going to get another shot here, Paul.
If I'm the punter for Winchester, I am angling that ball as far to the sideline as humanly possible, even if it means I only net maybe 10 yards on the punt.
It is interesting because you could make a case for them going for it, just throwing it deep, and then, you don't lose much. Granted, the time will stop, but they're only going to get it at the 35. They'd still have to go 65 yards with no timeouts, and I think that's what they're going to do. And you know what? I don't blame them. They're not going to let Chucky Ortiz be the guy that beats them.
And sure enough, they're going to go for it here on 4th and 15. Thompson from the shotgun. Looks deep. He throws to the left-hand side.
Knock it down.
And it's intercepted by Billy Quazzo, but that is a huge mistake. A huge mistake for the Tanners defense as it ends up serving as a pooch punt for Winchester.
Yeah, you got to knock that down. They basically netted 35 yards on that. Got to be a little more aware.
And the Woburn Tanner offense will take over here from the 8-yard line with 1:28 remaining in the contest. Joe Burnham, his last chance here as a Woburn Tanner quarterback to lead his team down the field. Wishbone formation. Burnham takes the snap. Hands off to Ortiz, runs on the left side. Stiffs on his back, crosses the 10, 15, 20-yard line, out of bounds at the 22-yard line. A big run for Chucky Ortiz with 1:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, they're going to need some big plays and some late magic here. And to me, I'm going to try and get it in. I'm going to try and throw it, but I'm going to try and get it in Ortiz's hands. He's always one play
Pat
away.
Ma checks into the game.
We know with Ortiz, he is one play away at any moment from going to the house. And what a story that would be.
It certainly would be. Make that turkey a lot tastier in Woburn on Thanksgiving Day. Burnham rolls out to his right. He's going to throw deep. Looks downfield. Incomplete. Pass intended for number 80, David Pratt.
Ooh, and he had Ortiz on a little screen. He had Ortiz was standing right out here with not a lot of guys, and I know he's trying to get a whole bunch of yards, but not a bad throw there. Good play by the Winchester defense, but they could have had a big gainer there.
Number 6, Danny Jean checks into the game for the Tanners. 1:14 remaining in the contest. Burnham lines up under center. Takes a snap. He rolls out to his right. Looks downfield. He trips up. Throws to Mendonca. Complete. Crosses into about the 38-yard line.
Clock will stop for the first down, but they're going to have to hurry.
Have to line up quick, and they know it.
He did not. He just avoided getting out of bounds on that one. Good pursuit by the
hurry-up
Winchester
offense is in action here for the Tanners. And Burnham spikes the ball with a minute remaining on the clock. And Tanners have the ball here at the 37-yard line.
No quitting the Tanners here.
I don't want to keep hopping on it, though, but that interception slash should have been knocked, that one that should have been knocked down, that 30 yards looks huge at this point.
Cornelio in motion. Ortiz takes the snap this time. Direct snap. Goes up the middle. He's got room. Crosses into Winchester territory down at the 46-yard line, and the Tanners offense lines up quickly. They're going to spike it here. And that they do. 51.4 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. This is a tight one, boys.
A pulse-pounding finish here on Turkey Day.
I don't think we expected anything less. I don't think anyone came in here expecting a blowout.
It doesn't get much better than this, that's for certain.
Now, we talked about these two teams are big rivals. We know this is how it goes. Regardless of record, these are always great contests, and today has been no different.
The Woburn Tanner crowd getting into it here. From the 46-yard line. Ortiz lines up. Direct shotgun, direct snap. He rolls out to the right. Pitches back to Burnham. It's going to be a flea flicker. Burnham looks downfield. He throws. It's complete to Ortiz. Crosses the 30-yard line, the 25, 20. Take it down at the 18-yard line.
You wanted
it doesn't get more exciting than this one.
You got your wish, Brandon. You got your trick play for Thanksgiving.
We are going to have a flag on the field.
A flag on the field.
On the Tanners. Illegal man downfield.
Oh, what a back-breaking call and penalty here that goes against the black and orange, and this thing's going to be backed up. My goodness, does that one hurt.
That's twice now. They have gotten off a successful trick play for a big gainer, and both times nullified by a flag. You hate to see these decided by flags.
The Tanners will have the ball dead midfield at the 50-yard line with 39.2 seconds remaining. Oof, that one hurts. Nonetheless, again, they're going to put it in Ortiz's hands. You're going to your best player here. Direct snap. Cornelio in motion. Ortiz takes the snap. Runs around the left side. A little bit of room to run. Crosses midfield. Goes out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Winchester just wants to make sure they do not give up the touchdown at all costs here. 30.2 seconds remaining in the contest.
Smart play by Ortiz. It's only second down. He didn't get the first, but I think it was definitely more important that he got out of bounds in that one anyways, while still picking up a good chunk of yardage.
Well, yeah, he's if you a couple plays more just like that and a spike, you get yourself into legitimate Hail Mary range. If you can get another 20 yards here, you have a shot at that point to make a play.
3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line. 30.2 seconds remaining. Burnham lines up under center. Ortiz in the backfield. They don't hand it off. They're going to throw. It's complete to Nico Cornelio, who's got the first down and more and steps out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. 23.6 seconds remaining on the clock.
Some very, very good play calling by the Tanners offense. Picking up chunks of yardage, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Running out of time here quickly, though, Paul. 23.6 seconds remaining on the clock.
Need a big play here. Something that goes for first down. Looks like Winchester's going to
Winchester's
take a
going to
timeout.
call their last timeout.
If you can get a first down here past the 20 and clock it, then you might have 2 plays at least where you can try and get it in the end zone from there. And they are not going to go quietly at all.
You know, guys, as the game winds down, I think we should take a few moments to just acknowledge all the great seniors that have helped Woburn to this very good season. Mike Meany, Pat Ma, Danny Jean, Vinny Vu, Joe Burnham, Joe Saccatori, Mike Spector, Rob Mistretta, Nick Gerbic, Ryan McCarthy, Pat Clifford, Tony Wynn, TJ Pacina, Brendan Flaherty, Brian Exum, and Larry Castro. Congratulations on a really great season.
Certainly has been a great year for this Woburn Tanners football team. And you'll be able to graduate from your senior class knowing that you helped get Woburn Tanner football back on the right track.
And no matter how this one turns out, you had one heck of a Thanksgiving.
Ortiz, direct snap. Looks to his left. Looks like he's going to throw. Tucks it and runs. Cross over the 25-20. Jukes a couple more plays and out of bounds at the 18-yard line with 14.4 seconds remaining. I'll tell you what, time and time again, I do not know how this kid does it, folks. He consistently makes something out of nothing.
And now you have a couple legitimate chances. You can still get a first down inside, so you can stop the clock that way. They are a couple plays away from having one of the great Thanksgiving finishes
and
you'll
Woburn
ever
Winchester
see.
Thanksgiving Football Day history. This is unbelievable.
Man.
From the 17-yard line, 1st and 10, 14.4 seconds remaining on the clock.
And
Burnham lines up under center. Ortiz in the backfield, Mendonca as well. Takes the snap. Burnham's going to throw. He looks downfield. Lobs up. Should be a flag on the play. Wow.
Oh,
Pat Ma was tripped up. Where's the flag?
You cannot throw a pass interference there. He got tackled at the goal line.
Wow. Talk about a non-call in a big spot.
I got to be honest, guys. The referees have shown one heck of a time to keep the flags in their pockets. Woburn can avoid getting a penalty all game, but at this point, you're gonna keep the flags in your pocket. That is awful.
Unbelievable to me, and this could well be the last play of the game.
Unless it was an incidental trip, but to me from the booth, boys, that looked like a pure pass interference penalty.
I thought so too.
Tanners will take another crack here. 8.6 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 from the 17-yard line. The crowd gets into it. Burnham rolls out to his left. He's got pressure. He's unable to escape, and he's taken down for a sack. And that will run off the clock, and that will do it up here at the end of this game. Winchester Sachems take home the victory, their 3rd straight victory, as they win 19-14. And boy, guys, one exciting finish, but in the end, the Tanners just aren't able to come back for the victory.
Just a little short. That pressure was crazy because he had Ortiz for a touchdown. If he could have stayed up, it's unfortunate. They gave everything they had. Just a couple too many mistakes in the first half, too much for them to overcome.
I think that'll certainly go down as one of the most exciting finishes in Woburn Winchester Thanksgiving Day football, Paul.
Absolutely, guys. Let's not take the atrocious, incompetent non-call to end that game away from the extraordinary effort put forth by the Tanners today. They found themselves in a few holes today. They fought back. Even when it looked like it was over, they fought hard to the bitter end. Great great quarterbacking from Joe Burnham, great moves from Chucky Ortiz and the entire Woburn offense, and great stops by the Woburn defense when they really needed them. It was a great effort by the Tanners.
It certainly was, and that'll wrap things up here for us in the 2010 season. We'd like to give a special thanks to the Woburn Public Media Center. We had a great time doing these games this season. We'll look forward to next year. Woburn Tanner football is certainly on the rise, and we wish this senior class nothing but the best of luck going forward in both athletically and academically. For the last time, from the booth, November 25th, Thanksgiving Day, 2010. Final score, Winchester Sachems 19, Woburn Tanners 14. I'm Brandon Malone, joined by both Josh Smith and Paul Haley, signing off for the last time in 2010.
Woburn High School Sports, brought to you by Batteries Plus, Martini Insurance, Tanner Tavern,